We made a mistake. Oh God, we are.
You can feel an uncomfortable heat well around you. It's like you're walking into an oven deeper and deeper as you go. The sweat begins to bead up on your forehead, the back of your neck. You occasionally feel a trickle run down as the droplets form. It is becoming uncomfortably hot. Moreover, you can smell the stench of charred bone and molten rock and brimstone and sulfur as the acrid scent claws its way into your nostrils. As you continue walking, you're kind of going over the bits and bobs of your plan. And as you continue moving down these tunnels, you can see ahead of you, rather, you hear behind you. Actually, everybody make a perception check.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Perception.
I perceive 22.
I
Nice.
perceive.
Ooh, that's 18. Roll my character pages. It's an 18 for me.
That's not gonna be good.
What?
1 second, sorry, hold on. It's not gonna be great. Actually, 17.
Oh, that's not bad at all. Come on.
I forgot how high my perception score actually is. I was expecting a classic spaz low score, but no, it's actually pretty high.
Fair enough.
Oh, what was it?
17.
Okay. So, as you guys are walking and talking, hey man, something catches your ear. You guys are used to the comfort of walking in your group. It's second nature to you, the noises and the aura and the general vibe of your group. Although something tickles you in them, and
Basically?
it tickles your ear, and you kind of stop for a second, and yes, as a matter of fact, you do hear an extra set of footsteps right behind you, mixed in with your group.
Oh, no, thank you.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, like,
Huh.
was it a paint stain or a coffee stain?
Yes.
2 extra, as a matter of fact.
Two
Is
extra
it-
sets?
Is it like
And,
biped or quad pad?
Quad pad.
well, you notice it's coming from behind you, but keeping pace with the group. As you turn to look, you see, if you'll describe your character, Logan.
So you
Oh,
see a human character walking up, relatively nondescript. Kind of shortish hair, a little bit of scruff, and a much smaller mechanical man made of steel, kind of clinking up towards you guys. I know your guys' plan, and it may be more efficient if you guys were to use this bag of holding instead. And I'm
fuck are you? Where'd you come
As
from?
you just pop up
I'm
behind
pulled
us.
out
Mother
a
of
bag
God!
of
dressed in a small one directly.
I'm Justin. I've been with you guys for quite some time now.
You
what are you
what?
talking
What?
about?
Wait a second, were you that cat
Huh?
that was following us for a while?
No, that cat was interesting though. No, I helped out with the goblins outside. There was the scouting party that was coming back, and they were gonna get behind you, and I took care of that efficiently.
What?
But
What?
but I know
But
with your
what
plan,
about the
you really
floor
should
plan?
use this bag of holding and not yours.
What's wrong with our bag of holding? It's pretty great. We got it from just somewhere.
Well, if it's going to explode, you may not want to lose yours, but I can remake mine. Here you go.
Oh.
Wait.
Why was
What
ours
is
going
it?
to explode?
Hand over a bag
What's
of holding.
your game here? What do you want? I don't
Yeah.
have any gold. I have no gold. None.
Says 1 second. What is your name?
Yes,
Oh,
can we please
oh.
start with the basics?
Yes. I am Justin.
Just in what?
Just in time? Sorry?
Just
Adam!
I am Justin. Case.
Oh god, you really didn't, did you?
By the way, Podlak has not stopped walking, and he's just kind of mumbling to himself about chickens as he's just continuing down the path.
Tell me you
That-
spelled that C-A-S-E.
Or is it with a
No.
K? And is
Kayyse.
K-A-Y-C. Sounds like a tragedy.
So, Justin, before you is a group of individuals, eclectic to say the least. And they look, it's actually been a while, so I figured you all can describe your characters again.
I'm Spaz. I'm a goblin, as you can tell. I have a long history with the goblins of this and other mountains, although we are quite distant as of yet. We started our group out in Yeatenheim, as you may or may not know, and it was a very long there was a cow involved. I got eaten by a Cerberus for like a hot second,
yeah.
and then like Ragnar died, and then I slapped him, and then like he came back, and then he's dead again, but like maybe not. Oh, and there was this bear guy, and Dunkirk. Oh
So-
my god, you have to meet Dunkirk.
That's a giant boar. He is actually wonderful.
I think she also let out Andros, but anyhow.
Yeah,
The
just
amount of time you guys let me just ramble on as Spaz and retell our story every time we meet somebody new never ceases to amaze me. None of you ever cut me
I'm
off.
entertained every time, and Pep is honestly too nice to cut you off unless you go too far. You did not reach that line
We
yet.
got this book. We've got this book. We've got this plate. You like my armor? It used to be shitty, but now I am shiny.
Just in.
I'm also a pirate, and I'm gonna do my pirate face at him, which, as we all know, is very small.
Well, Justin, I am Nam
I
Fudel
need to
Subin Jorhun Valhun Garek Nim. You can call me Nim Nam. I am our group's resident wizard.
Please call him Nim Nam. There's not enough time in the world to use his full name every time we
For the
need
love
him.
of the gods, no. Too much.
You're gonna get it.
And as you can see, I'm also a gnome.
And no. Hello, and
Sorry, I just was the pun.
Codlack.
So anyway, if we take the chick, do you think we could cut off his legs and then maybe we could have some sort of chicken later?
Darling, come
He
back.
rounds the corner and
Come.
he rounds the corner muttering to himself, and he hears the name. He's like, "What? Oh, he was just now."
He's willing to help us, just in case.
Just in case what? What? Okay, we can't kill the dragon. Fuck that. I think we'll kill the dragon like first try. I mean, you're welcome to try, but like, listen, fancy pants with your little metal man. If you get in my way, I'll kill you too. With I'm fine with it, but just saying. Just in case what?
His name is Justin Case. Last name Case.
Okay, so he doesn't want to tell us his name unless keep it a secret just in case. All right.
yeah, it's pretty suspicious. Like, why do you need to hide your name from us? Just in case what? Like, what's the point?
Great.
Yeah.
You'll find out that Spies has some excellent, mind things.
As do you, my tall fellow. The amount of... pray tell, shall we ever put our minds together and focus for more than 35 seconds at a time? We could take over the entire...
Someone's gonna be the brains of the group. He leans over to Nim and he goes, "We actually put our brains together and become like one person. Is that possible?"
There might be some advanced magic for that, y'all.
Tootie, bless my soul. I really love that rock and roll.
God damn.
Anyway, listen, I don't know who you are or where you came from, but if you want to kill the dragon, get in line.
Yeah, we got this one.
You're gonna have to find another one.
I care not for the dragon, but there might be an artifact.
Look at his
in there
mind too.
lets me see into Mechanus. I need to see into Mechanus.
Are you
I'm gonna see into my anus. Okay, you don't
I
need an
don't
artifact.
understand those
for that.
words.
Wait, hang on. Are you an artificer? I've heard of those.
Oh, yes. Was that not obvious? I'm sorry. I assumed that everyone would know.
What is a fartificer?
I've never seen a metal man like that before, so...
Yeah, what is that thing? I'm gonna poke it.
Yes. So this is my battle companion, Vicog, Invictus Cognita, if you will.
I will not.
I've had him since I was a child. Actually, he's been my companion this entire time. He helps me. Well, he helps protect me, and lets me be on my own more often than not. Quite efficient, actually.
So is he like alive or something?
Yes. He can move on his own, and he will protect. You'll see. Very efficient, very helpful.
Mhm.
Does it communicate?
No.
Okay.
No, it cannot.
So Dunkirk is still better.
And it follows. How complex of orders can it follow?
It follows mine.
All of them?
I'm just gonna kind of nod.
Very well.
And then as y'all are talking, I kind of keep glancing over at him and keep going, what is happening? I thought we were just going to go and do this. What is this?
I'm still poking him.
Well, let's finish our introductions then. I am Peppermint, also known as Pep. She is a fairly tall, semi-skinny tiefling with teal skin and red eyes and a crimson red hair. Dressed in very woodland looking stuff, furs, pieces of actual wood for armor.
That is a riot of colors.
Yeah.
Sorry, peanut gallery.
Peppermint does not blend in.
No, she never has and never will. And then,
It might be turned into as a spider or something.
yeah, actually, I can turn into
Not
other
blend
things.
in either. It's just time to drop some enemies.
Even as a spider, she doesn't really blend in,
What?
because it's quite
If
a
you think-
large spider.
Those are bad. Let's talk about the elementals instead, where I literally take up almost an entire room.
Yep. Always
Like, I
making
can be
that.
small if I feel like it, but normally I don't.
That's because we lost the small boys.
Yes.
Yes, I don't want to take over your territory.
Small boy.
I guess to round it out, I'm Theo. Theo is a half elf with red hair, purple eyes, carrying a bow, and she put her settle her hood back, and you see a small pseudo dragon clamber out of her hood, and this is Ivy.
Ivy.
Ivy's gonna look over the Aventron and like look at it and just like cock her head like.
I did realize I forgot to describe what I was wearing. So I've got a half plate mail on. I'm holding a war hammer in one hand and a tool in the other one. Currently, if you looked at it, you'd kind of think it was like a thieves' tool type of deal, but held in his left hand. He's wearing 2 different necklaces. One of which is ticking quietly.
Mm-hmm.
Quick question, because I think I missed this. What race were you?
Human.
Human. Okay.
Human.
Got any other descriptors for that?
About 6 foot tall, brown eyes, short hair, medium build.
Last time I went
Would you describe him as wiry?
No.
Noted.
He is solid,
well,
not fat.
I guess one of his turns.
Dick. Oh.
You could tell that he's kind of worked his hand at smithing.
Mm. What was your little bot's name again?
Vicog, for short, or Invictus Cognita.
Yeah, I'm not going to use that name. Vicog it is.
Vicog.
It's a great name. Okay, now I will only forget a few times instead of every time.
I
So we're
am
gonna go kill this dragon. Are you coming with us, or?
How long have you been following us?
since you left town very loudly announcing your intention to
Wait,
go
which
find things.
time we left town?
Yeah, which town?
town?
The one in the forest, or the one in the mountains, or the one on the river?
Well, when you were going to the goblin camp.
Oh,
I was-
see.
Oh,
I
so
was
only
here.
very recently. You see.
Thank God.
What kind of
No, no. Did
system
you
did you have
say
on your metal man that allowed you to sneak up on us? I usually can hear things like that.
We weren't
Hey,
being very sneaky. Y'all are just loud.
That's fair.
How?
I'm just gonna
Yeah.
look at Baz and
Whee!
Cogblack. Yeah,
Can be
Right.
sneaky when we
One,
want.
one other question. Your Vicog. What can it do? I'm curious.
Listen, if I had to quantify it on a scale of 1 to 10 how sneaky I can be, it would be a 12. Okay? So, like, don't talk to me about not being able to be sneaky. And as I do so, I'm gonna trip and clang all over in my armor.
It can take damage. It can block damage for other people. And I can use it to attack, though I don't typically like have him be in danger like that. So he usually will guard.
Interesting. Okay. So, I'll meet you.
So
Alright.
I really want to get this artifact out of the dragon's hoard. I've been searching for it for a long time.
Well, hold on, hold on, hold
Look
on.
like, just in case, so we don't accidentally,
load it.
Yeah.
Smush it. with
It's
the
it's
dragon
a
fork.
it's a sensor,
Twisted.
supposedly.
What?
Uh,
What's the sensor?
What? Yeah.
A censer
So,
is
like-
one of those like incense.
Yeah, that's what I was
No,
gonna
no.
say. It's one of those things they use in religious services,
yes,
Yeah.
right?
like the little bell-looking thing
Oh,
that
Nate, you were
swings
actually
back and
asking. I
forth,
thought
and
you were
it
asking a character.
because my brain went sensor, and I'm like, what kind of sensor?
Nate, the engineer,
Yeah.
like
Engineer's
sensors.
going, wait, what kind of
There's no more swearing, guys. That's it.
Yes, 'cause
Well, I'll
that's gonna
Uh-huh.
work. That's gonna
We're
work
gonna
so
be
well for us.
censored.
Hang on a second. I've got 2 questions for you, Mr. Case. If you've been following us for so long, did you see that thing I did with the dead goblin the night that we cleared the camp?
What?
I was busy handling the other goblin. Godlack, no worries.
Alright, okay. Alright. You're cool. Second, what makes you think we're gonna split our fucking loot with you, you little kid? What makes you think I won't cut you from nape to neck?
How do you feel about chickens?
As Godlack does that, I kind of step behind Vicog a little bit.
Your little metal man full of guts, and I wear them.
I,
Oh my gosh, can I use him as a coat rack?
I'd prefer you not to, but I mean,
So many clothes.
doesn't seem very efficient.
Alright. Listen. If you help us kill the dragon,
That's
gonna
why I'm
get
giving
one.
you the bag of holding. I'm contributing to your plan.
that stuff is for them. I don't care about that. If you help us kill the dragon, I'm gonna get what I want from the dragon. A trophy, right? The hands off his corpse. And all the loot, all the gold, goes to us. Them can count it. But all
Oh,
that
man.
goes to us. You can find your little testicle in the mound. And everything else is ours, got it?
All I want is the sensor.
Oh. And if you try to kill us, I'm gonna be very disappointed in you.
Oh man, I'm so sick of that. Like, it's been so many times. I'm so sick of people trying to kill us.
Perhaps if we stopped trying to kill other people, it wouldn't happen so much? Just
That's
thought?
what
Well,
dragon
listen.
before.
Listen. It's not like we're going around like hobos murdering everybody, okay? Like, it's the evil guys.
Have you fought with dragon before?
Not myself, no.
All
Has
right.
this guy? And I'm poking
Yes.
Beacog again. Beacog has fought a dragon before?
I was running away at the time. Yes.
Damn! Alright, Beacog!
Didn't say
Respect, Mad,
didn't say
mad
he beat the
respect.
dragon, but we got away.
he's still standing though. Mad respect.
So the dragon fought you. Got it.
I've got one more thing before we let you all willy-nilly.
Willy-nilly.
He clears off a little plateau of rocks about waist high.
His waist or
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
a big difference
whatever.
there. Hmm.
And he leans in and he prepares himself for an arm wrestle, and he glares at you.
Yep, that sounds about right.
Yep,
So
yep.
you
I'm
can
gonna
choose to arm wrestle him or some other thing that you think might be whatever, but that's what he's
I'm gonna
doing.
back up very reverently.
You
I
can see him
understand.
flexing real hard too, and you can. Oh, by the way, Codleg is a half orc, about 7'2". He's got undercut, kind of shaved head. He's got a big old massive beard with a couple little bird skulls tweaved into it, and one big humanoid-looking skull woven into his beard. He's got a bear head that's like a shawl on his shoulder, but as you look closely, you can see it's actually part of his skin.
Fused.
Literally.
He's like albino. He's kind of got ashen color skin.
I'm gonna kind of look at the rest of the group just to kind of gauge what their reactions are to him doing this, whether it's
She doesn't
laughter
even look
or
phased. She just nods and waits.
Actually, the rest of you do see Codlag's demeanor. Like he's like, you've seen Codlag you've seen Philip Popsicle Kodlak, and you've seen Rage Kodlak. He's somewhere in the middle right now.
I
Yeah,
mean,
it's a
He's not full. He's not full on bloodlust, but he's not as
It's a
rancid
test.
himself.
Pep has done this
He's-
multiple times with Kodlak. She's not even phased.
Yeah. The look I give him is I just like raise an eyebrow and shrug, just like.
Okay. So I'm gonna pull out a pair of gloves. You know, some light gauntlet type of deal. And as I do so, they're gonna kind of shimmer a little bit. And I'm gonna slip them on. And I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna go. So, just the one time, yes? And as that happens, the bag of holding that I had tossed towards Spaz, you see it start like looks normal, just like a regular old cloth bag.
So are you gonna wrestle him or what?
Yeah, I sat down in front of him after putting the clothes on. I said, "So just the one time, right?"
We'll see what happens, won't we?
Depends on how many drinks you get into contact.
I bare knuckle boxed a dwarf once, and it ended up being our friend.
Yeah, this actually turns out pretty good for us, normally.
How that goes, it depends on how angry you make me. And you can see he grits a smile out so hard that a little drop of blood trickles down his chin.
Jesus.
Oh,
Yep,
Lord.
yep.
But he's grinning maniacally.
We haven't seen Mean Bug Cadillac in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so you're just gonna straight up arm wrestle him?
Yeah.
Give me a strength check.
That 18.
Well, as you begin to arm wrestle, you actually get the better of it first. His elbow kind of slips a little bit, and you're able to get his hand down to about a 45-degree angle. And then you can feel his grip tighten. And he just kind of, you can see him flex extremely hard. And then he looks at you, and his eyes are practically bloodshot. He's raging, and I'm going to need you to do it one more time.
This sounds right. This sounds right.
That time I got a 17.
17. You can feel your grip diminish, and he pushes back, and his eyes just staring at you the entire time as he's cranking your arm back to about a 45-degree angle. Give me one more strength check.
Ooh, 19 plus 4, 23.
15 plus 4, 23.
Oh shit!
Ooh.
So, as you're continuing to strain, you're pushing. You can feel Kodlak's grip start to weaken and diminish just a little bit. And aided by your magical item, you have a magical endurance that he can't seem to match. And slowly but surely, you begin to crank his arm back and tap his hand against the rock.
Oh shit!
Unbelievable!
And as that happens, Kodlak just kind of, you can see him seething, fury. His chest is heaving. His muscles are bulging. He just looks at you. And for a moment, you can kind of feel your heart sink. You're like, oh shit, did I just piss this guy off? And then he whacks. He gives you a nice good punch in the chest, enough to kind of like, almost like take your thing out, like take the breath away. And a wide grin comes across his face. Like, this fucker's all right with me. Let's go kill a fucking dragon.
I like slap you on the shoulder and just kind of like give you a quick grip shake. Good job, you now have a new friend. And then I'm just gonna wait for the party to move.
All right. Anything else? You guys
So I'm gonna take a step back and go, okay, that was terrifying. And I'm gonna turn to Vicog and kind of, you can hear me kind of mumbling to him. Thank goodness I kept those gauntlets of ogre strength ready. Okay, now I'm gonna
Yeah,
have to
smart.
uninfuse those. I'm gonna have to reinfuse the bag of holding. Okay, here we go. And I'm gonna turn around and look at you guys like I didn't even recognize you guys were there while I was talking. And you see the gauntlets kind of stop shimmering, if you will. And I put them away and I go, I'm gonna need to see that cloth bag again, please. And
Yeah.
when I touch it, you can see it kind of expand, and it's back to a bag of holding now that I hand back. I go, okay, you can use that one.
Wild.
Hmm.
The fuck?
All right. Any other last minute interactions, planning, stuff like that that you guys want to do before you continue down the dragon's lair?
Nope.
Yeah. He knows the plan, right? Yeah. Well,
Yes, you guys were discussing it very, very loudly back there. I'd be surprised if the dragon didn't wake up already and hear that.
Exactly. Do you think you're gonna fit into it now since you know what the gist of it is?
Yeah, we're gonna need some pretty good,
Just to make sure you're
Help.
not caught in the crossfire of anything. Where are you planning to be?
So I am actually a close combat individual with my Vicog here. But I can be wherever I need to be. I have a number of useful spells, abilities, and trinkets, if you will, that should come in handy no matter what happens. I always like to be prepared.
As do we all. Right. Well,
Also,
But what about the chickens?
quick aside, Tom, do you mind if I throw the character sheets or pictures into the resources part of the Discord?
Please do.
Do it, all of them.
I was planning to.
Yeah.
I just wanted to ask first because it was like, oh, we haven't done this yet. Also, if you have any more descriptors for your character, please let me know because eventually a sketch will most likely happen.
I have it kind of half fleshed out. I'm still.
Okay. No, you let me know when you're done, and I will hold off on doodling it then. Also, if you thought that was terrifying, darling, you don't want to meet the guy we just talked to. No offense, Cutler.
Don't take him.
Alright, so are we splitting the group off into two, or are we all hanging out in the same spot? I forgot.
I don't remember.
This is why I asked.
Who was taking notes last time? It wasn't me.
Alright, hold on.
Nim, you know what's going on?
we are going to Operation Sickened Chicken. You, was it Pep that was gonna cast the weakness spell or disease or something like that?
yeah, the blight. Wait, is it blight? It's blight. Isn't it? That
Yep.
causes the...
Pep, you there?
Yes, hold on. I'm trying to find my actual fucking notes. I think I opened up to the wrong ones. God damn it.
Yeah. We were gonna do that, and then I was gonna cast Polymorph because it has reduced chance. It's more effective. Transform it into the chicken, right? We take the chicken downstairs
Right.
and subject it to torture. We basically collapsed the roof on the dragon, but we could also, I guess we could suffocate it, stick it in the bag of holding, and oh wait, but if we do that and it transforms into a dragon, it breaks the bag of holding.
It sounds like
Oh,
we should...
yes, that's
we
right.
should
Oh,
break
that's
the
how
seal.
it was going to explode. Now I remember.
Yes.
Yeah.
We can do as much
Oh,
damage
that's
as possible to it
right.
and then bring the ceiling down on it.
Yep.
So, My plan was to try to do contagion on it.
That's
Yes,
what it was.
contagion.
That's what it
Contagion.
was. So the question is whether or not that would actually be before you do the chicken thing so that he's sickened before or after. I believe it says I believe the plan was after. And I would
Oh.
go Earth Elemental and just start collapsing the cabin around. But I can't cast in that form.
I
Right.
thought it was you cast contagion. Therefore, the polymorph will take effect.
Yes, that's what it was. Okay. Much better. Now I need to find that spell. Hold on.
You just don't point me where I need to be, and I'll go slicey, slicey, splashy, splashy, like I do.
Well, we're all gonna stay here because if things go south and my casting and Pep's casting do not work, we're in for a fight.
And that's when I was going to go all Earth Elemental and start destroying things. Because I can go through the floor in here, I believe.
Yeah, you go through the floor, we all run out, you collapse the floor, and we start shooting.
Yep. Ah, yes, okay.
Pew pew.
Well, now that we're all caught up again, dragon fight?
Dragon fight. Dragon
Dragon
fight.
fight.
Here we go, time for some horrible rolls.
Yeah, I know, right?
No, don't do that.
Time for the plan
No,
not to go.
We all
As
know this is
We have a
D&D.
plan.
Everything
No.
will go wrong that can possibly go wrong because that's exactly how this works.
Alright, plan C is we run
Oh.
away. Plan D is I teleport us all out. And plan
Solid.
E is
We defeated exploding goblins.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
First things first, we have to see if this even comes to fruition or not.
Precisely.
Right. So, as you guys approach, you can see the glow of the dragon's den creep around the corner, and you're basically baking in your armor. It's not hot enough to impede you quite yet, but it is extremely uncomfortable nonetheless. Everyone's kind of dripping with sweat at this
Yum.
point. So from here on out, any proceeding would require a stealth check. But your actions are your own.
Alright.
Eh,
What is going on?
we'll just say you guys are okay.
What did I miss?
Oh,
I don't know. I can just vaguely hear someone in your background, I think, and all I heard
yeah.
was 2020 was a wild fucking year.
Yeah, Adam's listening to something on the couch. I can have him turn it down
Oh.
if we need.
No, it was just because it was so quiet in the game while Thomas was loading the
Oh,
page. It
that's
just
fair.
came through.
who's kicking off the plan?
I don't know.
Are we just sneaking in, or
I can
do we need
Hang
to
on,
cast
let me do-
something?
I need oh shit, I don't have it open. Give me a sec.
Ugh.
I'm like, wait a second, where's my spell book? There it is.
Also,
We start creeping towards the dragon, and Nim Nim's like, please hold.
character sketches are now
Oh,
loaded.
shit.
Look at these guys!
Just the key check real quick.
No. So hang on. Let me where's the thingy?
And I was doing a quick testicle spectacle wall and war.
Okay. I just need to be sort of in the entrance.
So you guys aren't like actually where I have your tokens. But you're just around the river bend. Actually, for what it's worth, like you basically enter directly in that top right corner. But for now, you guys are on the other side of it, so
Not in sight yet.
yeah, not quite so.
Not quite. All right. So I want.
But anything past this point would require a stealth check.
I
Okay.
remember seeing this.
Also, before we get too far, Nimnam, what kind of what kind of weakness do we need it to have?
Oh, we talked about this.
Yes, it is something to affect its wisdom.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it.
Okay. So, all right. I can go invis and get into position. What is the range of your contagion, Pep?
I have to touch it.
Oh, lovely. And
Yeah, that's why this was such a problem.
Yes, it was.
that's right. I forgot about that part.
I think that's because you were gonna do invisibility on her so that she could get close enough and not get seen, or something.
I mean, the good news is, as long as the spell works, he'll be blinded.
That's true.
All right. So I all right. Then I will cast invisibility on the peppermint.
I'm not
Everyone-
terrified. You're terrified.
Don't worry, Pep. And I'm gonna like pat her reassuringly. Being invisible doesn't hurt at all. It's a lot of fun. You'll love it. Like that's the problem that you have right now.
Uh-huh.
That you're nervous about being invisible, not the dragon that you're going to touch.
Thank you, Spaz.
You're welcome.
Your form disappears before your very eyes.
Oh my god. Oh, this is weird.
Yeah, get it. Oh god, here we go.
So we're doing this, okay? And I'm just gonna like try to sneak into the room.
Alright. Go
This
ahead
is
and
insane.
give me a stealth check.
Mm,
You are invisible.
does
So you
that
have
give me a
advantage on the
plus?
stealth check.
Okay, cool. Let me roll the other one.
Is it possible
Wow,
for me
okay.
to go up and like take a sniper position to like at least take a shot if
But-
things go
By
south?
the way, Tom, do we see this here? What is it?
Yeah, so I just
Butthole?
added that. That's just a little butthole I added. It's basically just a little connecting small little tunnel that just kind of entrances in and out that way. This little outcropping over here looked climbable, and there was a couple stable bits of rock that looked like it could be positioned on. I added those, not added, but
Are they basically just hidey holes?
you would have seen it before. The butthole is on ground floor. It's like on floor level, and then the exit butthole is like the molten level. Like it's not flowing, it's not pyroclast, but it's kind of solidified magma. It comes out like 5 feet above where that magma floor is. But it's basically just like a straight shot. And these are things you would have seen when you scouted previously.
Dirty 20 for that stealth check.
Dirty 20. So, that. Theo, as far as sniper positions, the entrance.
That tunnel you just described, I was about to ask. At the other
Right,
end,
so-
that on the pyroclastic side, is it just like a straight tunnel? Like there's no cover from that? Because I assume I'd be looking straight out at the dragon if I walked up there and tried to sit up there to look out.
Yeah, the only thing is that you guys are technically looking at this map. You guys are on like the
Oh wait, I
top
forgot.
left corner,
He's gonna.
and
see
there's basically so you guys are going
Alright,
down the
the
tunnel.
other-
It curves to the right. It curves to the right, and then it's immediately into the thing. So like where the edge of the map is technically a rock wall.
Right.
So Pat,
Never mind. I'll just wait.
As you begin to walk around the corner,
Wait,
you can.
I have one question for the plan to make sure we have it right. How long does this last, Pep?
7 days. As long as I get it.
All right.
7 days. Okay, so we
God damn.
have time to go in. Okay.
Yes. Yes, we have plenty of time. It's just getting me back out.
Yeah.
You will be.
I am going to go
This is
Earth form,
already-
don't get me wrong, and then I will duck onto the ground if I need to.
Okay.
Okay.
So, Pep, as you round the corner, you spot the dragon. It is still slumbering on its pile of gold, and it is breathing slow and steadily. And as it breathes out through its snouty nostrils, steam emerges from it, and it's enough to kind of push a few coins over as it heaves. In addition, you can see between its scales, there's almost like this dim glow, the kind of color of magma. It's very similar to the floor itself, how the scales are cool bits of rock, and the parts between the scales are almost like that magma flow. And as it breathes in and out, the glow increases and decreases with it. So it has this rhythmic kind of pulsing glow to it. Moreover, that pulsing kind of glow as it breathes seems to resonate throughout the entire lair itself. As you take a few steps into the, as you take a few steps in, you are doing everything you can to be as quiet as possible. You are taking ginger footfalls, but the heart beating and pounding in your chest quickens and your adrenaline spikes, and you accidentally take one step too hastily, and it kind of clatters on the floor.
Fuck.
And it echoes much more loudly. You're not sure if it's your adrenaline pumping or if you just slammed your foot on the ground, but it sounded like an earthquake to your ears.
Oh god.
And you freeze. And the dragon takes a big sigh, and without lifting its head, it speaks.
Crap.
It bellows. The rest of you can hear this from the other side as well. He says, "Your tribute is late, goblin."
Oh.
But it has not opened its eyes nor raised its head yet.
Say nothing. Keep going. Keep going.
Like waving off in the corner, ushering her on.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not gonna say a word. I'm just gonna wait for a second.
Okay.
And, actually, you know what? He hasn't opened his eyes or anything yet? What?
Not yet.
I would know if I cast a spell the invisibility drops, right?
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Depends what invisibility was cast on you. Was it greater or just regular?
No, I just did regular.
Damn it.
Okay, so yeah, any action or spell would drop the invisibility, yeah.
She just sits and waits for a second.
Okay. As you wait for what seems like centuries, you can see one of its curved horns kind of twitch, almost like a sleeping dog raising an ear, but it's just the muscles around the horn flexing. And it kind of slowly raises his head. Just his head. And just slowly scans the room. He says... Doesn't say anything. He sniffs. And you can kind of see him slowly kind of waver his giant head in your direction, and he... "You are no goblin kind." And he kind of slowly kind of begins to stir himself slowly but surely. He starts looking around. You can kind of feel him beginning to be a little bit agitated. That glow that was kind of dim and pulsing is now getting brighter and brighter as he begins to stir himself from his slumber, and he begins to continue kind of looking around, his movements gaining speed and momentum as he wakes up, and he looks around, he continues sniffing, and he says, "There are no goblins here." And he begins to, he steps on the pile of gold. He gets up on all four of his limbs, and the weight of him is pushing down and sliding the gold pile away. Some of it is trickling into the magma flow and sizzling. His wings unfurl. "Who bestows Peranax, king of this mountain?"
And Pep promptly shits herself.
I mean, she's literally frozen in fear right now, hoping to God he can't fucking see her. And it seems to be the case.
As he's doing this, he's kind of like taking a step towards your general direction.
Good.
You seem that like your footfall might have kicked off his keen sense of hearing, but he might not know exactly where you are at this moment, but he's kind of just taking a one plodding big step, scanning his environment slowly but surely, one step at a time closer to you. His wings unfurl, his glow between his scales brightening. The heat inside of this room itself is beginning to broil you. What are you doing?
In a weird turn of events, she continues to stay silent and doesn't fucking move.
Alright.
Oh no, she's trapped.
You know, at this point, actually, she's currently thinking, maybe if he gets close enough, I can still get the hit off on him, but I can't fucking move.
Alright. You can continue to see him scanning around, plodding around. He's taking one step after another, kind of on this initial circular platform. You can see he's kind of just kind of like sniffing around, attempting to look for you. He kicks over a chest of gold into the lava, and it burns and sizzles as it goes, and he says, "Will not be made a fool!" He rears up his head, and you can see sparks begin to flicker out of bits and pieces of his face. And he is going to rear up his head and, let's see. You can see the steam that's kind of billowing out of his nose begins to darken, and sparks begin to trickle out of his mouth, and even a drip of lava. And he is going to release a dragon's breath.
Shit.
Oh shit.
Oh, crap.
In the direction of... Oh, let me roll that. This one.
Oh, thank fuck.
As he rears up his head, he lets out this jet of arcing flame and searing, also flame. Jets of like napalm. It's a mass of smoke and fire mixed with jets of what appears to be like napalm arcs coming out of his mouth, and you can see kind of this glow in his throat as it happens, and it begins to simmer down, and you can feel his anger mounting as that area is clear. He now begins moving towards this direction, the only direction he can, continuing to sniff and move around for anything you're doing.
2, 3, 4. Hold on. 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's like
1, 2, 3,
How far did
4, 5.
how far did Pep evaded it for?
Wait, is that a really
Like-
bad idea, or is that a good idea?
yes.
Oh god, no, my thought is the dash action is a full action and you can't do anything else past that. But that would get me right next to him, I think, because it's... Wait, how does the dash action work in D&D again? It's not The Witcher?
You can use an action to double your speed.
Damn it! Okay, so that only gets me fucking Dang it. Okay, so I'd be within 60 feet of it, but he's definitely gonna fucking know where I am at that point. Ah. Or do I just wait and hope he doesn't fucking swing in my
Takes
direction?
another step in your direction. Smelling the air.
Mm.
And then you can see his head, as he sniffs the air, snap directly in your direction. And he kind of like crouches down like a cat waiting to pounce on its prey, his tail kind of whipping and kicking up rocks, and he goes, I can smell your fear. And he lunges forward in your direction.
Oh god.
So
Spurting into the air, flying directly at you. Roll initiative.
okay, I'm good with that. I'm okay with that. What is my initiative again? Probably not enough here. 13.
13.
And then my honest other idea, guys, is that I have
We can hear
three.
him.
I
Not
have
exactly quiet.
I have the ability to change form 3 times. I might just go into a different form just to get closer to him and have a little bit more health. So it's gonna
Fucking
get
do it, dude.
interesting-ish. I just don't know which one to do. I'm thinking giant pig.
Oh my god, that'd be funny.
Yeah, actually.
The rest of you hear everything that he's been saying transpire. And if you weren't spurred to action already,
Yeah, we are now.
Yeah.
you would have been, as you can hear him. You can hear the beat of his wings clap against the rock and stone clatter. So everyone go ahead and roll initiative for me at this point.
No!
This turn is going to transpire, and then it'll be the top of the order.
Oh lordy.
Yeah.
Lord lordy.
Oh, good. The giant boar has 40 speed. Fuck it. Going for it. Hold on a second. Boar moves at least 20 feet straight forward. I don't know if that means that's the full movement. I don't think I can do 2 actions as this guy.
I'm going to use a luck point here. Because no, I'm not going to use that die. I'm going to use
Yeah,
the
that
next die.
clearly just has a thing. Not good. That's better.
And am I understand? Yes, I am. Thank you, luck points.
Just like the music.
No,
So, does that make it my turn on this one?
So, wow, godlike with the speed. Let's say, for the sake, as much as possible, I'd like you and his turns to transpire simultaneously.
Okay.
But what was your plan?
So, plan G for giant boar? I use my bonus action to transform into the giant boar, and then I can get, the movement is 40 feet, so if that means that I need to do a dash action to get closer to him, I'm gonna do the thing.
Well, at the moment, he's taken to the air and he's flying at you.
Fuck, he's flying at me. But I know he's coming straight towards my area.
He's coming right in your direction.
Hold on.
You guys can hear the music, right, by the way?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can.
Yes.
Yeah. That's not please.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna giant boar,
Okay.
and I'm gonna at least drag him away from that area. So I'm gonna go bonus action, giant boar, and then I will because he is in the air, so I don't think I can get him from the ground. How far up is he? Pretty far up, I can imagine.
He's like, yeah, 10, 20 feet-ish. Just enough to kind of get enough height so that he can kind of swoop in onto your direction.
That's fine.
As you shift into bear form, or as you shift into giant boar, that would drop your invisibility. FYI.
Okay, I kind of figured as much, so either way, we're going for, hey, he can see me now. But fuck it. I'm still gonna take the dash action and run into the room. Don't like it, but I'm gonna do it because that's part of the plan. I need to be closer in. So, that gives me 80 feet of movement. Each block is 5, right? If I remember correctly. Cool. 5, 10, 15, 20.
So I mean, like you have plenty to get, you know. Wait, back to the group or into the butthole?
I meant here.
Oh, all right.
I need to be where I can actually get down below to the pillars, so me being closer is exactly what that translates to.
Okay. So, in that case, you bellow out a snorting roar as you turn into a boar, and you actually charge at him. You seem to take him by surprise, but nevertheless, we'll say you guys meet someone in the middle. So I'll just put you over here-ish. Or if you prefer, no, you can go there. Since you technically did go first. So you charge at him, and even though he's in the sky and he's kind of coming at you, he beats his wings as like an air stop. He twirls up and then comes directly down on your position.
Oh god!
20, 29, plus 15, hold on, trying to math.
Well, that was your bonus and your action.
Yes, it was, so
Unless...
my turn is pretty much done, but I just needed to get my boar health in here.
Gotcha.
Before I fucking forget.
Either way, he is going to...
Save. There we go. Okay.
As he comes...
So he swoops in on me?
Yep, he's going to come swooping down on you. He is first going to lash out with his mouth. And that is going to be... It's a 26 to hit.
Oh god, that hits. That hits so hard. Okay. That's great.
So, you take... Oh! Wait. Yeah. Oof. 24 points of piercing, plus an additional 3 points of fire, for a total of 27.
Gotcha.
Oh my god.
Yikes.
So as he swoops down on you, he bites into your neck, and you can feel the fangs just pierce, basically meeting in the middle of your boar flesh. Ow. On top of that, it is a searing pain as the basically molten fangs. As that happens, his back feet, he's coming directly on you. He bites on your neck, and his back feet slam into the ground. With his fangs still dug into you, he lashes out once and again with his 2 front claws this time. The first is going to be a 24 to hit.
God, yeah.
I'll just do this. The second one is going to be... Jesus Christ. A 31 to hit.
Oh, hell. Sorry, Pat.
God damn, yeah.
You take 15 plus an additional 11, so 26 points of slashing as the claws rake across your boar form.
And the first one was how much again?
So you took 27 from the bite, and then 26 from both claws combined.
But separately they were, do you remember? Sorry.
Yeah, the first claw was 15 damage, the second claw was 11.
Damn,
it's also in roll 20.
Yeah, that's fine. So, the reason I asked is because Relentless on the boar thing, but that's 10 damage or less, but that's... Both of those are more, so... let me double check the math.
Well, if you're currently at 17 after the bite, right?
Yeah.
So the first claw would have got you down to 2, and then the second claw would have been 11,
Right, but
Oh,
I
does
was.
does that work for the board thing?
It reads if the boar takes 10 damage or less, that would reduce
Oh,
it to
yeah.
0
Nope.
points. It is reduced to 1 point instead. Yeah, 11 is more than 10, buddy. But
11
that's
is
why
more
I
than
wanted
10.
to check.
I didn't know if it was like maybe like a -10 thing.
9 points of those would transfer over to Pep after reaching that, so the boar form drops. But that gave me the amount of health that I needed to fucking survive.
All right, so
Ouch, that sucks. Iggy, get down.
with that, it's going to go to the top of the order. Podlack is going to, and he is going to take his action to dash, and he is going to run as far as he can.
Bang.
Which, how far can he run? He's a speedy boy. He can actually get right next to you.
Fucking nice, dude.
Yeah, fuck it. Oh yeah, fuck, that's so cool.
Yeah, that is.
He's gonna rage. He's gonna rage run towards you, Pep. Sprinting. Technically it's a little less, but fuck it. Sprinting towards you.
Holy shit!
And he actually like one-handed bolts over you, like as your boar form is still there. He vaults over you, and then just like lands in front of the dragon and just like he yells at the dragon. It's gonna bring us to him now.
It's actually Theo.
Well, we're tied, so.
Oh, okay, you guys can go. You guys can go at the same time then. Whatever you
Okay,
want.
well, then you have plan to go for it.
It's up to you who wants to go
I
first.
do. So I am gonna. What is my mouse doing? That was weird. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Could you, drop me back down to regular size DM?
Oh, next time, just in range.
Thank you.
Just in case. Yeah.
I cast polymorph.
All right.
You would be able to tell I hadn't gotten my spell off yet, but that's fine. Go for it.
Well, I see you're pinned under a dragon.
Fair. That's fair. That's fair.
I'm just
out the window now.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh shit, Pep's in trouble. Let's give it a go. All right, so I'm gonna cast polymorph. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Saving throw. 22.
Shit.
No.
Yeah, that's why I wanted you to save it. But okay.
Yeah. Wait. I'm gonna use a luck point.
Make him re-roll
Funny
it.
with the music.
Oh shit.
That was really good.
So with the
So
luck,
he-
is it you re-roll or I re-roll it?
What does it say again?
I gotta frickin' find it. Hang on.
He's gonna
I
make
think-
you.
Well, that's not very helpful.
Yeah, I believe you can make them re-roll it, but I don't
Well,
know
yeah,
if
if it's a
that's just
saving
an
throw,
attack.
pretty sure.
Yeah. Hang on.
Spooky.
Uh, Where the frick is... What? It only shows up as a halfling trait, and I'm like, Lucky's a feat.
Hi. Yeah, no. You need the feet lucky, not because even my luck is.
Yeah, that's what I have. I
below
have a feat, and I'm just like, where the...
All right. Give me.
Feet 165. Okay. Okay, I'm almost there. Hang on. There we go. That. Lucky. Okay.
Iggy. No.
So according to this, it says you can spend a luck point anytime you make a roll for an attack, an ability
Yeah.
check, or a saving throw.
You can just, I can do it when an attack is made against me. And okay. Never mind, I can't do that.
So not for saving throws.
Wah, wah.
Good try, bud.
Alright, well, that's all I got.
Alright.
Okay. I'm
Cool.
going to clap out from cover and take 2 shots.
Where are you moving?
I don't think I had to move to hit it from where I'm sitting.
Oh, you're gonna.
You can always move after your attack, or attack once and move again.
Yeah, I'd say I'm gonna start there. See
But yeah, you are well within range.
Far away as possible.
Yeah, so I'm going to just. Yeah, I want to just do. Yeah, just 2 shots. So I'm gonna roll my thingy. Oh, right, I forgot.
Yeah, that's a 9.
Okay, sorry. 9 plus 14, so 23. Does 23 hit?
23 does hit.
That's good.
Okay.
That-
Okay, I got my D8. What? No, because I'm gonna do something else. That's another bonus action.
Okay.
And at this point,
Fine.
I can do that later. Okay, so that's 1 that I rolled, and can I have my damage, please? So 2 plus 9, 11.
Okay, 11 points.
Did I make him? Does he react at all to me hitting him, or?
I mean, as you reach over and you let loose your arrow, it sticks into one of its scales, but like it barely reacts.
It's a 11 points down, 6 million to go.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That was... Okay, I'm gonna go shoulder to shoulder with Nim Nam and take a second shot.
Alright.
So Nate can move me
Where are you moving?
next to you. Second shot. 28.
28 hit.
9, and that's 12 points.
12 points.
And I want for bonus action, I would like to cast Grasping Vine.
Okay.
I'm not in
Blind
range. Nope, that's not gonna work because I'm not close enough. How far am I sitting at right now?
You're about 60 feet.
Yep, nope, not close enough. Nix that.
Okay.
So yep,
Yep.
that's it.
No, bad. Could bring us to you.
I am going to look up the range. Unless anybody knows off the top of their head what the range of a crossbow is.
Is it a light crossbow?
Probably. I don't think
I
that
think
written
it's
Light crossbow is 80.
down. Yeah. I'm going to. Oh yeah, it is. I found it. Yes. So I'm gonna load up one of these +1 bolts that I've been hoarding for a little while. Sorry, Mr. Dragon, pardon the pun. And where does it go? Oh, I've got plenty of space. I'm going to run up next to Theo, essentially.
Okay.
Wherever I can to make a good hit.
So the +1 applies to attack and damage.
Oh. Well, alrighty then. Let's see. Let's fucking see! That's not going to... hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Nope. That is not going to hit in any sense of the phrase. So, what a waste of an arrow. I'm gonna just curse and
It goes flying off and sticks into one of the gold files.
I'm gonna mutter to myself, I can handle a freaking longsword in one hand, but I can't hit the broadside of a dragon.
Alright.
I rolled a 2, by the way, so there was no way I was gonna hit.
Yeah, that's it. Anything else you want to do their turn, by the way?
I don't think so, because I think I'd rather just not get super close if there's already... Oh, well, maybe a little bit close. A little closer. We'll go there. Then I'm gonna end.
Alright.
Okay.
Alright. Cut.
Okay, so I'm pinned under a dragon? Or no?
At the moment, you're just next to it, but he's
Alright, cool.
he's looming over you.
Doesn't matter, I'm within striking distance. Plan still stays the same. I
Do it!
melee spell attack to attempt to cast contagion.
Alright.
Oh my god, Pep.
Roll it up.
With that would just be adding my spell mod, right?
And your proficiency. It's essentially, it's like the same thing as like...
That's a 24 to hit.
24 hits.
Yes!
Oh god!
Okay, so with that, I am going to curse him with the Blinding Sickness, which pain grips the creature's mind and its eyes turn milky white. The creature has disadvantage on wisdom checks and wisdom saving throws and is blinded.
I'm gonna go round 2 now.
Yeah, round 2.
Can I vote for my bonus points to go to Peppermint this session?
If it was that
Alright,
game.
I'm just double checking contagion, just like I'm familiar with.
If you want, I can read you off the whole spell.
No, I got it right here.
Okay.
So well, first off, he's poisoned. So we'll do that. Which automatically gives him disadvantage on some stuff. And then he's also blinded. So we'll do that. Okay, so at the end of each of its turns, he makes a con save.
Yes.
And if he makes 3, he's no longer poisoned. If he
Correct.
fails,
It lasts for the 7 days.
okay, just a real quick addendum. I think the way that this is worded, it says if the target fails 3 of these saves, the target is no longer poisoned, but choose one of the diseases below. And I think the way that that's worded is that right now he's poisoned, and if he fails 3 con saves, then he takes a blinding sickness for 7 days.
Hold on. Where do you see poisoned?
So
I've
you're
got
touched.
I've got the PHB out right now.
Yeah, so it's I'm on D&D Beyond. It goes your touch inflicts disease, make a melee attack. On a hit, the target is poisoned. So that's a condition in itself, which means he has disadvantage on ability checks and attacks. At the end of each of the poisoned target's turn, he must make a con save. If the target succeeds on 3, it is no longer poisoned and the spell ends. If the target fails 3 of these, it is no longer poisoned, but choose one of the diseases below. The target is subjected to chosen whatever.
Okay, because in the...
What does the PHB say?
In the original PHB, it is your touch inflicts disease. Make a melee spell attack against a creature within your reach. On a hit, you afflict the creature with a disease of your choice from any of the ones described below. At the end of each of the target's turns, it must make a Constitution saving throw. After failing 3 of these saving throws, the disease's effects last for the duration, and the creature stops making these saves. After succeeding on 3 of these saving throws, the creature recovers from the disease and the spell ends.
Okay. Yeah, they did change it slightly, but we'll go with the PHB version for now. We'll go with what you have. So he is poisoned and blinded.
Well, we would skip the poison part because that's not in the PHB. It would just be
So he
the
is
blinding.
blinded.
Yep.
They kind of double over each other anyway. All right. So as you're underneath this thing, you're like, an active plan, and you just, you kind of hit him like, right in the. You hit him on the.
Plans change, goals stay the same. Smack.
And you said
touch-
disadvantage on wisdom?
Correct. He has disadvantage on wisdom checks and saving throws.
So let me do. Close. Look, it's- that one because he's punching his head. So as you kind of, yeah, you do it, and he's like, as he's bellowing, the attack hits, and this kind of this sickly ooze leaches from your hand and into the spot where you touch its jaw, and immediately his eyes go from this blaring black with just tiny red flaming eyes, and it just flicks to a milky white, and he bellows out in anger, and he kind of like, you can see him like look around a little bit shocked as to his world just went black, and but he is enraged.
Okay, so I still have my bonus action, and thankfully,
Yep.
changing into another form is a bonus action. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue the plan, which is Earth Elemental, and then
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
Oh,
go.
let's move.
I'm not gonna go underneath the floor just yet because I'm gonna make
Okay.
a lot of noise to draw him towards me. And I'm just going to, in Earth Elemental form, lumbering fucking steps, and just roll my way around to the other side of the dragon without entering or exiting. I'm sorry,
Alright.
without exiting the hitbox. So
Oh,
it's just a ha 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 ha.
All right. So he can still kind of like hear your general movements, but he can't pinpoint exactly where you are. But he's just like,
And you just smell like dirt now.
yeah, just like
Pretty
kind
much.
of snapping at the air around you as you're moving around him. All right,
And then
Justin.
I roll that.
well, let's see what. Show me what you've got.
Show me what.
Show me what
So-
you got.
I am going to need a token for.
Oh, yeah. Just copy him.
30.
How much health does Homeboy have?
He has 72 health.
And we'll do something like that to show he's Metal Man.
Perfect.
Or well, here I can change the name. You don't. Nope, not that.
Oh, not that. Nope, not that either. Hold on.
We good?
Yeah. Show me what you
Okay.
got for me.
So I'm gonna look at the dragon, and you're gonna hear this sound of like a giant bell just clang. Dragon's gonna have to make a wisdom saving throw against DC 20 with disadvantage.
Oops. Hold on. Clicked the wrong thing. That was a step. Okay, 27 with disadvantage, 18.
18. So he's going to take 23 damage.
What the fuck was that
What
bell?
was that spell?
Oh my god, get him! Get him! Angrily,
Sick.
get him!
That's fucking sick.
Get him!
And then for my bonus action, I'm going to command Vicog to use the dashed action and get as close as he can to the action. There's 40.
What spell was that, just out of curiosity?
That was Toll the Dead, a necromancy cantrip. And
That's a
then
fun
he
one.
is going to dash here. And that ends my turn.
Ready. So, at the he can't exactly. Actually, he kind of can't. With one of his foreclaws, he kind of clutches at his head as this ringing bellows out. He's blinded. His head is ringing. In response, immediately after your turn, he is going to take a legendary action, and out of frustration, he is going to do a wing attack. So, out of frustration, he just kind of begins flapping his wings furiously enough to where it's lifting him off the ground, and it's like rotor wash from a helicopter. Everyone within 10 feet of him is getting buffeted by this wing, and you need to make a dex saving throw. Contact succeeds.
Steel Defender got a 7.
You said a
7.
dex.
A dexterity saving throw.
Hold on. Oof. Wow, yeah, I failed that.
Alright, so Contact seems to be the only one who succeeds. So as this
That's ironic.
as this wing buffet, go figure, as this wing buffet is just beating down against you, he's lifting up pebbles and bits of rocks. You take 16 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are knocked prone.
Oh, didn't work.
Alright, so that was its legendary action. Now it is his turn.
Spaz wants to know when he gets a legendary action because he thinks he learned it.
At level 20.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
Alright. So, for his turn, you guys are lucky he has not recharged his fire breath yet.
Damn.
Alright, so firstly, he is going to. Oh, let me see actually. Oh, okay, interesting. Alright, so everyone. Alright, so as this dragon is kind of hovering, beating its wings, it lets out a bellow, smoke kind of splaying out, and he just glares with his blinded, milky eyes in all of your direction, and he bellows out, and he says, "Your next will be your smoldering end!" I need everyone to make a wisdom saving throw as he uses his
Aw.
rightful presence.
Oh no, not wisdom.
Wisdom.
So, I like all the natural 20. I avoid that.
Yeah, that was a wisdom saving.
Yes.
I'm gonna use a luck point in this saving throw.
It's gonna be an
I'm using
18
another-
for Pep.
I'm using another Flash of Genius on mine.
How do I roll dice in D20?
So-
Oh, there.
18 for me.
18,
22, thank God.
22,
21.
21,
16.
16. Okay, so Spaz and Justin, you are both frightened
Hooray.
of a big dragon boy.
Big bad.
You, that kind of looks like you're scared. So you have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while this source of fear is within line of sight, and you cannot willingly approach it. You are blinded for or not blinded. You're frightened for a minute, but you can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of your turns to try to do it. Those of you who succeeded, you are immune to the fearful presence for the next 24 hours.
Woo!
Or Pep, what did you roll?
18.
18. Okay, you are also frightened.
Damn, okay. So I'm.
Sorry, I
Wait,
didn't hear
how
what
does
you're-
that work for a person who's right next to him?
So you have disadvantage whenever. Okay, so word for word it says you have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of fear is within line of sight. So
Until
If
you
you
go
wanna
out of
ta-
sight.
Yes. In addition, you cannot willingly move closer to the source of fear.
It's a good thing I'm right on top of him.
So you're kind of shaking in your boots. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really affect you. The only real difference is that you would have disadvantage on attacking.
Okay. Alright, I can live with that.
All right.
For now.
So
Yeah.
that's one part of his action, and now he is going to. He's kind of just going to thrash about. Peck, you were the biggest thing and the most noise, so he is going to make. He's going to snap his jaws at you at disadvantage because he's blinded.
I'm
So-
also knocked prone from the wing beat because I did get hit by it.
Okay,
I
so
don't
then
know
that
exactly
would be
how that would work.
so prone
Right.
would make it an advantage on melee attacks.
Mm.
So I'm just gonna re-roll that.
Okay.
So bite attack, 26 to hit.
Yeah. Yeah, that would hit.
Do you have a reaction when you're prone?
Yeah.
The Steel Defender's gonna impose disadvantage on him
Alrighty.
Oh,
because he's
alright.
attacking someone other than the Steel Defender.
So with disadvantage, 24.
That still hits.
I tried.
It's okay, bud. You're good.
I mean, we've seen how low he can roll.
True.
So, all right. So that bite is gonna. I mean, he's kind of lashing out at where he thinks you are. So as he reaches out, he kind of basically he catches a tooth, but as soon as that tooth kind of catches, he snaps down onto your form. You take 23 points of piercing and an additional 5 of fire.
That was 28 total.
Yes.
Alright. I just look annoyed. If Stone
Alright.
can look annoyed, that's what I look like right now. Like, afraid and annoyed.
With the rest of his action, he is going to lash out with his claws. He knew where Codlac was, so he's just going to go in his general direction. So it is essentially going to be one claw at Codlac and one claw at Vicog, both at disadvantage because he's blinded. So against Codlac is a 19, which does hit, and against Vicog is a 15.
It hits.
15's the hit. All right. So, just for the sake of time, whatever, you each take 14 points of piercing.
Like,
As that claw rents through you, that's going to be reduced to 7 for Codlac. As it kind of rakes across his chest, and he just grins through it.
good thing he pre-gamed with that arm wrestle.
Yeah, for real. Speaking of Codlac, it is going to be his turn. Yep.
Sorry, how much did you say that was?
14. 14 points of piercing. Yeah, still Codlac's turn for now. So, speaking of Codlac's turn,
Star Wars here.
Mm-hmm.
he is going to return the favor, and he's going to take some of that blood, that sizzling blood from his chest. He's going to take it,
Gross.
mirror it on his own face, and then use it as like baseball tar for a better grip on his axe. And he's going to take 2 wild swings at this thing. He's going to be attacking recklessly.
Hold on to your butts.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if that's updated. Actually, plus 11 now. But either way, yeah. First one hits. Second one with advantage also will hit. Oh, that rolled really high on that.
Seconds bruise.
And then that should be. Yeah, so 13 plus 28 points of slashing damage.
That's the problem with those rifles.
So Kylo's going to take just these. He lets out a guttural roar as he just swings overhead at this dragon. just beastly trying to cleave it down. Following that, can't do that. That's okay. His it's Ramona. I was looking at his lair actions, but a lot of them involve points that he can see. He can't see.
You can't see.
Hey, fuck!
Oh, but he did need to make a con save, right? I forgot about
Yes, at the end of his turn. Yep. Sorry.
So the same. So 31, I'm assuming.
Yeah, that's probably good.
So I'll just put saves in green and fails in blue for now. Like both. So I know. Okay, so there's one save against that currently.
Oh. Okie dokie.
Sorry. Yeah, that's not really gonna do anything anyway. All right, so Nimnam, it's gonna be back to you.
All right, I'm gonna cast polymorph again, bitch.
All right.
Disadvantage, mofo. I mean, I can
Alrighty.
move closer if I'm not close enough.
No, you are. I was just checking something else.
Oh god. Oh.
Don't worry about it. All right, disadvantage
Fucking roll.
with a wisdom save.
Wisdom saving throw with
Alright.
disadvantage.
Ooh. That's an 11.
That's a fail.
Yes!
Evening has come.
It is now a chicken.
This feels like the right moment. I can't believe this fucking worked.
I know. I still,
Fucking worked.
I do imagine,
Well.
like, in my head that it kind of is still blowing flame as a chicken, though, and I think it's hilarious. We
The
clearly
thought
picked
of an
the
angry chicken blowing fire at everybody. Yes.
Speaking of an angry chicken.
Oh my god, are we
so
frightened of
riled
a
up,
fucking chicken now?
What, Tom?
because he's so riled up,
Soviet
you guys have
freaking chicken fries you.
stormed into his lair and blinded him.
Oh lord.
You can see his form. You can see his wings kind of and start to sprout feathers, and his form begins to shrink, and his snout begins to turn into his beak. And just when you think the spell succeeds, he flexes his wings again,
Ah!
the feathers, and he says, "We're made of ore." He's gonna use one of his legendary resistances.
Damn, I forgot about those.
Oh,
Shit.
how many of those does he have?
I don't know.
And a number.
And number.
I'm not looking it up. I'm not metagaming.
Yeah, no.
Is it a finite number?
It is a finite established number.
God damn it.
Yeah. I was really thinking about, like, would he do this?
He would.
I mean, yeah, absolutely he would.
Based off
Yeah,
of
that
what has
situation, hell
transpired,
yeah.
he would. Alright, so
I mean,
then
I would
not
if
just
I had
his
that
spell would have succeeded, but his innate power and ability as a dragon is it. Yeah, womp womp. However, you do have the rest of your turn to make of it as you wish.
Cast it again!
I mean, if you had
Bonus action, cast it again!
Quicken spell, I think you could do it.
I don't have quicken spell. No.
Or like a
Damn.
ring of recast or whatever the fuck.
Damn.
Anything you want to do for your bonus?
I don't really have anything that works as a bonus.
Alrighty. That's gonna bring us to Theo then.
Okay. I want to move myself 30 feet up.
Okay.
That's where I'm standing.
Well, come here to the side of you. I'm not over
Where do you want? Here, here.
where you were.
I'm gonna watch you moving closer and be like, how are you doing that? Oh no!
This is sorcery.
How far am I from
Concerned
now?
stone noises.
Checking. Checking. Yes. Okay, yeah, I'm still too far. Okay.
What,
But-
how close do you need to be?
For Fast and Fine is 30 feet, so I need
Yeah.
So, not that, but for bonus action, I will cast Hunter's Mark on it.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna keep taking shots.
Pew pew.
And now that it has Hunter's Mark on it, and with my Stormcrow of Embrace, I got an extra d6 for the Hunter's Mark, so it's 2d6 as opposed to 1. So, yeah, I'm gonna take my shots. Okay, 16.
So, because he is blinded, you have advantage on the attack rolls.
I don't need it because
Roll.
I just rolled a
You
30.
might get a nat 20.
You could add it.
Yep.
No,
if you
I
roll
rolled a
damage.
30, which definitely hits.
Could always roll a nat 20.
This is also true, and it's not like you're gonna take the lower number.
Right.
2d6.
Oh.
Waking up.
Okay, so
And then you're there.
3. So 21.
21 will hit.
No, 20. No, 30.
Oh, sorry.
30 was the attack
I was-
roll.
I was reading
21
something else.
points
Sorry.
damage.
So that one he does react to that shot. He's blinded. He's like kind of hovering. He's half hovering, and he's like, you know how when you're in like a certain depth of pool, you're kind of like jumping to keep yourself afloat. He's kind of doing that between flapping his wings and like occasionally floating back down and like jumping back up and beating his wings. He's like kind of up and down. But as you find your mark, it hits him kind of dravicle, if you will, dragon clavicle, dravicle area, and he does kind of reel a little bit from the attack, and he roars.
Do I see any areas that seem like they're weaker or like a weaker spot for me to put an arrow in? Was that, like, one of them?
Nothing at a first glance. If you, I mean, there's not technically any rules for that in D&D, but you don't. We might be able to homebrew something later. But as for right now, no, you don't necessarily see anything apart from the obvious stuff of just shooting him in his head or whatever.
Is he like? Is his mouth open?
Yeah, I mean he's roaring a bunch.
Hold
Oh
on,
my god, do it.
real quick. How everybody else is like? How close to him right now? They're like right on top of him.
Yeah,
Pretty
they're
much.
adjacent to.
Okay.
If they're not by us, they're like right upon him.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I can't do the thing I was gonna do anyways. But yeah. If I wanted to target like shooting it right in the mouth, like I guess try to shoot it down the throat or like hit it in the back of the throat to stop it from breathing more flat fire. What's the thing for that? I had to roll with disadvantage then.
So technically, an aimed shot is with disadvantage. But since he's blinded, you have advantage on the attack.
Straight roll.
So we'll just make a regular roll, and then we'll see what happens.
Okay. Willing to take those odds. I'm gonna take that shot.
Go for it.
And that's a 26.
26 will hit.
Yep.
And roll damage.
Roll the damage.
Damage.
Can you not eat the Roomba?
Eat the Roomba. You're some hunter.
Get it. Get it.
14 plus 8.
Eat the Roomba. You're some hunter.
22 points of damage.
22 points of damage! So we'll say, as he's bellowing, you see your opening and you fire your shot, and it goes kind of right in the top of the back of the throat.
Wow.
And he's definitely not happy about the attack. But he snaps his jaw shut and and breaks the arrow off. Whether or not it did anything, you're not totally sure quite yet. But is that going to be the end of your turn?
Did my movement, did my bonus action, do my shot. So yes.
All right. In response to getting peppered, and since Kodlak was the last melee one to hit him, he's going to take a legendary action to make a tail attack.
Stop being legendary.
Towards Kodlak's direction. At disadvantage because he's blinded. Oh, at disadvantage, it's a 20.
God damn, bro.
Oh lord.
So 19 points of bludgeoning, reduced to 9 for Kodlak. As this guy just in retaliation just whips his tail around and it catches Kodlak. He kind of like blocks it like a Philly shell of a boxer. Just you can see a bruise beginning to form on Kodlak's arm, and that's going to bring us to Spaz.
Do I have a clear shot, or is Nim Nim in the way right now?
Since you guys are the same size, I'd say he's blocking your vision a bit.
Okay. Would this count as moving towards the dragon?
Nah. I'd say it's more of a parallelogram type of thing.
Parallelogram. And I have disadvantage, right?
You would have, yes, but hold on, let me double check. You repeat the second throw at the end of your turn. So yeah, currently you would have disadvantage because you're frightened, but advantage because he's blinded. So it's a straight roll.
That's what I was about to ask.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, let's go.
Good to know.
Dice. You are going in the timeout bin.
Oh.
Can you add sneak attack to your ranged attacks?
I think so, but that
believe you
doesn't
can.
help. It
Well, no,
doesn't help if I roll a 10 to hit.
No, he does have to hit, yeah, unfortunately.
So the flavor for this is that I shakily load another +1 Bolton, and I shakily raise it, and it just, yeah, nothing. And it's a wisdom saving throw?
Yes.
That's gonna be a 17.
17 does not make it. So only 8 more rounds of being frightened for you.
Nothing. Just a regular Thursday. That's my turn.
That's your turn? Okay. All right. Back to Pat.
Okay, so prone requires action, or I'm sorry, movement to get up, right?
It's half of your movement to get up,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. I get up, and then I am going to make my 2 attacks on him. Because none of the plan is actually working just yet, so I'm not gonna go anywhere. And it's just
They're going to be, yep, they're going to be straight rolls.
Okay, so first attack, math 24.
24 hits.
Okay, damage is 2d8 plus 5. God, am I glad I keep d8s around. 16 damage on the first one, bludgeoning magical damage, by the way.
Okay.
And then for the second attack, that's 25 to hit.
25 will hit it.
And that time we have 13.
15.
And that will... Actually, you know what? I need to double check a thing, because on my bonus action I'm going to expend one of my spell slots to give myself healing, but I need to look up how much each spell slot does. But I'm gonna go with... all of my second level ones are used because of what we did earlier. I forgot about that. I know, right? So I'm just gonna expend... Yeah, fuck it. 3rd level. And let me double check this shit, because Iggy is laying on top of my book again. I love you.
Classic.
I need this.
Very helpful.
This. I put it on the side table, hoping she'll get on top of one of the books, and of course it's the one that I need. Sorry, Bert.
That's just healing?
Yeah, so I expend my spell slot in
Yeah.
beast form to just heal myself. I just don't remember how much each one is worth, so I just gotta...
No
look
worries.
that
No,
up.
I was just saying, if it's just healing, you can add it on whenever you figure it out, but we'll just move
Yeah,
forward
you can
then.
move forward to the next person.
So, in retaliation to you reaching up in your rock form, clobbering it, doing some damage as well. You can hear some crunching and cracking of the scales, as it's definitely did not like being hit by you. It's going to take at the end of your turn. Oh, by the way, wisdom save to try to beat the frightened.
Thank you. That's worth it. You said wisdom save?
Yes.
16.
16. So you're still frightened at the moment. And following your turn, it is going to retaliate using a legendary action to beat against you with a tail attack. And that's going to be a disadvantage because he's blinded by the lights. Still a 30 to hit, though.
Yeah, that hits.
And that's 17 points of bludgeoner.
Okay, I will take that away from the health and then add whatever I find because I still haven't found it yet. Maybe.
So as you kind of clobber it, you basically clobber him like out of the sky. So he lands briefly and almost like a counter puncher. He leaps back into the air, and as he does, his tail lashes out from under and kind of just hits you like front and center. And that's going to bring us to Justin.
So, Justin's gonna kind of like be glaring a little bit. He's clearly absolutely terrified, but he just kind of points and goes, "Make it go away, make it go away." And you hear that bell toll again.
All right. It's a wisdom save, right?
Yep, DC 20.
With disadvantage. Yeah, it's an 8.
So he takes 10, 8, and 7. 25.
25. So as that bell tolls one more time, you can see it wince in pain as this echoing sound resonates in its mind and even lands for a second, kind of shaking off the spell.
And then,
anything else you're going to do to turn?
Yep, with the bonus action, that make it go away is him also commanding Vicog to attack it.
All right.
So that is going to make... Sorry, I gotta look that up one more time. I think it's a +5. Yes. Nope, that's going to miss badly.
All right. So
He is going to whiff.
All right. He winds up, hits nothing but air, unfortunately.
Rolled a 2. And that's the end of the turn.
Right.
And then
wisdom save. Yep.
Save. Nope.
All right, still frightened. Back to the dragon's turn.
Again?
I know. God, he just can't stop.
Ah!
All right, so most. So we could do that. He might know where the arrows are coming from, but he can't see you guys over there, so. We can be. Let's see. Pep was the last one to attack him, and since he's blinded.
Oh god.
Yeah.
This is gonna hurt.
A bit frenzied and enraged, he's gonna focus all of his attacks on you at the moment.
Fair. That's fair.
Seeing as how you're the most viable target with him being blind. So the first is going to be At disadvantage, a bite, a 21 to hit.
That'll hit.
So 14 piercing, 9 fire, total of
25.
23.
23, thank you. My bad.
And then the first claw at disadvantage, a 20.
Still hits.
That's 15 points of slashing. And the final claw at disadvantage, 23. So that's another 19 points of slashing.
So that's a grand total of 34?
So 19 plus 15 plus 23.
Yeah, I took the 23 off already, so the other ones would be a 34 afterwards.
Yes.
Okay. Ouch.
So
Dude,
it kind of enraged and lashing out at the most viable target. Just so happens to be a big boulder beating on him. He's gonna lash out at that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's gonna be his turn for now.
I don't like that one.
Actually, let me see.
Oh, where's the, I'm sorry. The save for the spell.
Oh, thanks.
Yep.
On save is a 21.
Yeah, that saves.
Okay, so 2 current saves for him. Yeah, I mean, since he's blind, he's kind of frenzied, so he's not really going to do anything else. All right, it's going to bring us back to Kodlak. Big Kodlak's going to make first swing is going to hit with advantage. Second swing also going to hit. So 23 points of slashing against this Dragon. So as Kodlak kind of sees Pap getting beat on, he's gonna try to like reach up and almost try to grab its tail with one hand and then swing and like take 2 beefy hacks at it to like try to just rip it off. And he's like, "Your fucking trophy's mine!" As he's just trying to hack this tail, and he's like cleaving, scales and bits and chunks of flesh off of this dragon. But it lashes back like as if you're grabbing a cat or a dog's tail.
Speaking of dog's tail.
It snaps back at Kodlak. In stuff. So he's still NIC, but yeah, I mean that's the only one he can do to furk it, I guess. As he kind of snaps back, he slams into the ground with a well, first he's going to lash back at the exact same tail that he's going to lash out at the exact same tail that Kodlak was trying to cut off for a legendary action. 21 still going to hit. It's going to be 9 points of bludgeoning to Kodlak. And then right after that, the dragon's going to slam onto the ground with all fours, and the ground kind of rumbles around you guys on his landing. And he's going to make everyone... Yeah, everyone needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah.
As the ground kind of shakes beneath you, and you got to stay on your feet.
God damn it. 12.
Please. chance on this one.
So anyone who rolled lower than a 15 is knocked prone, including Codler.
Oh!
Again!
19 plus 2, 21.
Yep.
I'm using a plus
21 is good.
Okay, so much.
Hey, Tom, quick question. Is standing up a move action or an action?
Standing up costs half of your movement.
Oh, okay. Well,
So like if your movement is normally 30 feet, yeah, I mean prone and this is kind of like, it's kind of whatever. But that's the only layer action that can be done because the other ones require him to be able to see something.
Yeah. So I got a 5.
Okay, so the ground shakes and tremors and you fall over and knock prone. No damage though. 15 was the DC to beat.
Yeah.
I used a expended luck point to reroll mine,
Alright,
and that's a 29.
gotcha. Okay, Godlike is prone.
Someone's throwing that shit. Gotta stomp around.
Yeah, I know, right?
Stompy, stompy.
Pissy.
Man, I'm a dragon, man. Alright, it's gonna bring us to Nimnam and Theo.
Alright. Take 3. Third time's the charm, right?
Come on, man!
Alright.
Same thing, polymorph.
Yeah.
You know.
Wisdom save at disadvantage.
Do it.
10.
No shit, come on!
Do it. Gonna do it.
Chickeny! Come on.
Come on, DM. If you have to roll for whether or not he'd do it, just fucking do it.
I am.
I mean-
Based off of the current damage he's taken, I'm gonna see if he has the wherewithal to do it again.
We understand that this is a dragon, not
Yeah, I would
Yeah,
say.
exactly.
like he's gonna try to
Yeah,
kill us.
I hate to do it to you, Nimnam, but based off of that roll and the damage he's taken, I'm gonna say that he has the wherewithal to use another one of his legendary resistances. You guys gotta burn those resistances. I don't know what you want me to tell you.
We just gotta burn it down.
You just gotta burn this guy down to the ground. But okay, I will say though, he only has one more of those resistances. I
Well,
will
come
give
on,
you that.
Say
Thomas.
that. You didn't have to say
Oh, okay,
that.
sorry.
You're good. You're good.
One or more.
He has at least one more.
Yeah, 0 or more.
He has a number greater than 0.
Above or below.
Non-zero integer.
I hate to do it to you, Nimnam, but that's
Oh,
he's
come
gonna,
on,
he's,
man.
gonna
It's...
he's gonna shake that one off. Anything else you want to do with your turn?
You could have said like he looked slightly more feathered this time while shaking.
He
him
does.
up.
He does. And for the record, he's beginning to drip blood from his scales in
Yeah.
various bits of his body.
Alright, I'm just gonna move end my turn. Theo.
Okay. Still gonna go two shots.
Alrighty. With advantage. He's blind.
Bye, goodbye.
So 17 plus
Remember? Not gonna do.
17 and I rolled a 7. That was my second thing. I had a 17 to start.
Okay.
17 plus 14.
31.
Yeah. 31 for the attack roll.
31's definitely gonna hit.
What's the damage?
The dragon bellows out.
Plus 6 is 18.
18 points of damage.
15 points. Your arrow finds its mark in between some of the damaged scales, and you can see the arrow sink all the way to the fletching, and it roars out in pain.
Nice. Okay. And I'm just checking something real quick.
How much damage was it?
18.
18.
18.
I need the other thing. Okay. Okay. Question
Answer.
for the lightning damage that I can use as the other thing with my Van Braces.
Yeah.
If I use that, is it the same effect as lightning arrow, where it could spike out and hit surrounding people?
If I recall, and I'm going off of memory here, I believe the Van Brace arrow thing is basically it just turns the arrow into a little bolt of lightning, and it turns it like into a line attack, or basically it's just extra damage. I think if I'm not, I don't think it arcs.
It says 2 times per day you can add 1d10 lightning damage to next arrow you fire.
Yeah. So that one, it basically you imbue the arrow with the essence of lightning, and it crackles with the energy, and it's expended just. There's just extra damage on the arrow.
Okay, cool. As long as there's not like collateral damage where I'll hit other people if I shoot it like that.
Yeah.
In which case, I'm gonna use that then. If it's
Alrighty.
just extra damage, I'm gonna do it. So we can roll my next shot. Oh boy, that might not land. 18?
18 misses.
Ooh.
So for the first time in a long time, Theo, you see your arrow hit its mark, but it's
What's
just
that?
ever so willy wonk, and it glances off its scale.
Did you just
And
say it was
unfortunately with that as well, because you expend it. It's basically you imbue the arrow first and then shoot it. I think is the order of events. So the charge glances off and it arcs exceedingly fast into the wall, but the lightning kind of scatters into sparks on the wall. All right. You want to move anywhere?
I move 30. How close does that put me then to the dragon? If I move 30 feet up.
If you move 30 feet, I mean, you can get pretty close with it.
I'll do that.
You can definitely get within 30 feet.
Yeah. Just want to double check something else. I didn't use my bonus action. I want to use Grasping Vine because I had to be within 30 feet. So
Okay.
I think I'm within 30 feet then if I moved up.
Yes, you would be.
Okay, and my next question is that it says you can direct the vine to lash out at a creature within 30 feet of it that you can see.
Yeah, you can see it.
Can you see you?
It has to succeed on a saving throw or be pulled 20 feet directly towards the vine. Is there a way that I could cast it and use it as Grasping Vine, just binding it down to the ground?
Sure, you can. Yeah.
Not pulling it 20 feet away from people attacking it, but just pulling it down to the ground.
Sure.
Because that's what I'd like to do. To cast Grasping Vine, to wrap around it and ground it so it can't fly.
Okay. So it doesn't restrain it, but on your turn, you can use a bonus action to have it lash out again. But as you cast it, it does it already, and it needs to make a dexterity saving throw against it,
Yes.
which is a 9.
Okay. Well, okay, so because my dexterity thing for that would be what makes up that again. It's been a while since I've had to save again.
So spells would be your spellcasting modifier, which for you is wisdom. So it's your proficiency bonus, which I think is 4 at this level, plus your spellcasting modifier, which would be wisdom, and then plus 8. That's how you get your DC.
Okay, so at least that if I have something, it's 8. He rolled a 9, so probably.
I love you. It's level 13. That's plus 5 for your proficiency.
Oh, okay, even better.
You have this roll against for my dexterity saving throw. What mine? What's it?
15.
Oh, I didn't realize you wrote it down at the bottom. Never mind. I was trying to manually calculate it. So 15. Yeah. Okay.
That's
Okay.
So I succeed.
So it fails, and the vine reaches out and kind of grasps its legs and pulls it down to the ground. So he's not restrained, but he's back on the ground right now.
Yep.
All right,
Be it.
Spaz, bring us to you.
I can do this, 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 I can do this. Oh my god. I am going to throw all of my dice into the fire.
Aw.
Does an 11 hit?
Surprising? No.
This time, I am just burning through these arrows, and I am just PO'd, honestly. Just PO'd.
Speaking of burning through arrows, as your bolt flies towards it, it must have been a really dry piece of bolt wood, and it just disintegrates into ash before it gets close to him.
It's killing me today. I mean, I can't go anywhere closer to him, not that it would really help me at this point. Oh, I gotta my wisdom
At
save.
this moment,
Pep
you
on the
can
ground
move
still
back.
in
You
earth
can
form, just
also
thumbs up.
you have a bonus action you could do if you wanted to.
I did not shake the frightened, and I have no bonus that would really help at this point.
All right. Unfortunately, you're cowering in fear a bit still behind there. It's gonna be back to you, Pep.
I'm not scared.
Half of my movement to get back up again and fucking wallop on him again.
All right.
First one is a 21.
21 hits.
Okie dokie. Ow. 10 for the first one.
All right.
Ugh. Second one is a whiff.
All right.
It's a 9.
So thanks to Theo's vines pulling it down, you're able to wind up and just land a haymaker right on its jaw, and you can kind of see like slack a little bit, like that Rocky scene, and it kind of spits out a tooth, and it actually goes flying towards you, Theo. And you can see also Kodlak's eyes widen and follow the tooth like a prize. But the second one, it's not able to land.
So for this, I need to. Is it wisdom save for frightened again?
Yes.
Okay.
By the way, it's a 19 DC for the fear.
Well, if I could roll above a 10, I'd be fine, but unfortunately, it's a 16.
16.
Killing us.
Unfortunately not. So, still has some legendary actions to take, and he's going to use them. So he's going to retaliate to you.
Oh, bonus action, level 6. This time, let me roll up the health before I forget.
Oh, did you do that last time, by the way?
I did, but it wasn't a lot.
Okay.
The D8s were not on my side on that one, unfortunately.
Sometimes.
What is with my dice today?
A lot and nothing, but. 4, 7. Wow, that might just barely get me through this round. We'll see what happens. Flying fuck. I'm probably down it.
Alright, so I rolled with disadvantage, and he rolled a 24 to hit, which I believe hits.
Yeah, it hits.
And it would be 24 points of bludgeoning damage.
Alright. It's gonna fucking hurt. That was, how
As
much
the
again?
Tail, 24. As the tail kind of whips back around and smacks across your face as you punch it, it's enough to kind of like make him turn around, but as he turns around, the tail comes back and strikes you.
Ouchie.
And then you said you already rolled for the fear?
Yeah, I did. I failed.
Alrighty. Justin!
Gonna wash, rinse, repeat. So DC 20 wisdom.
Alrighty. Man, with disadvantage, he keeps doing it. Let me see here. I mean, so you can see that the dragon has actually taken quite a bit of damage so far.
It's gonna take 10 damage. 10.
All right. So the bell rings out one more time, yet again, ringing in his ears. You can see him trying to shake his head off of it. As he shakes, bits of blood and bits of molten blood spatter across the room. As he shakes his head, he's taking a lot of damage so far.
And then, as a bonus action, I am going to tell the construct again to attack,
With
and
advantage.
he misses very much again. Oh wait, with advantage. That's right. Nope, still misses.
Still miss. Still a whiff. All right.
Rolled a 3 and then a 7. Yeah.
So,
Crushing it, everyone.
Hey,
well,
man.
way to go,
We do what
everybody.
we can.
We tried our best.
This is gonna hurt.
So he's going to lash out. At the end of your turn, Justin, he's going to use. He's going to use his last legendary action before his main action. At a random direction. Nope. Reroll. Reroll again.
Please not me.
God damn! I rolled the one direction that he's aiming, but like he knows where you guys are. So I'm just trying to go between the two. Okay. It's going to be a complex direction.
Sorry, Codlack!
Another tail attack at disadvantage. 17 does hit. Conlike does not have a high AC. But he can lessen the damage. Oh, it would have hit anyway because he's Conlike's still prone. Either way. 20 reduced to 10 as the tail just flicks up and then slams down on Conlike, like on his back, but he just takes it. And now it is going to be the dragon's main turn. And he's going to... Let's see. I would say... Alright, I'm going to do some thinking, and then if you guys want to know my thought process, I'll tell you in a second.
What's our cutoff time, by the way?
I was thinking 10-ish, but we'll see how this goes. See, I don't know if they would do that. No, he's more infatuated with this. Yeah, okay. Alright, so he is going to divvy up his attacks. He's gonna attempt to bite Codlack and then make 2 slashings with his claws at Peppermint as you guys, like, normally he might be a little bit more maneuverable and around here, but you guys have kind of, since you blinded him and just beat him up, he's basically like a caged animal at this point, and he's just lashing out at the most obvious threats to him. So he's going to attempt to bite Codlack.
Makes sense.
Which will hit. Codlack's going to take, wow, okay, low roll. Codlack's going to take 6 points of piercing, plus 11 points of fire. As it kind of reaches down and shakes him and kind of chews him around like a chew toy. And it's going to spin around and make 2 attacks at you, Pep. Disadvantage claw. First one is going to be an 18.
My AC is an 18? I don't remember how that works. We haven't
So
rolled the
long.
same number in so long.
I believe it hits.
I think the attacker does, because technically an attack roll, technically your AC is an attack, like technically an attack roll is an ability check, and the DC is what your AC is.
Right.
So it has to reach it. So technically, I think that does hit.
Okay.
That's gonna be 17 points of slashing.
Crap. Still just
Yeah,
barely
equal
up
to
in the earth form.
The second
God.
claw with disadvantage is gonna be a 20,
Ah.
and that's gonna deal 15 points of slashing.
Hold on. That's what, 8 extra to Pep then?
8 carryover, yeah.
Yep. Damn. Okay, so
All right.
we drop me down, and I need the thing to pop up. Alright, so that's...
You guys blinding it and turned it into a slogfest where it wasn't necessarily the case. But he's gonna make a con save as he ends his turn. That's a 28.
Fuck! He saves. The spell ends.
So okay, so with that,
Son of a bitch.
you watch, man, he was fucking good. You watch as he's reaching out at you and kind of like what's it, rebounding or whatever from his lashing out. You can see him kind of just spinning around, and his eyes flick back to normal, and you can see him kind of wide-eyed, and then just leers in at all of you.
Yeah, once he saves the 3 times, the contagion ends.
I know, but I only cast my spell twice.
Yeah, no, that was just a con roll. He just rolled.
Yeah. That was for the contagion. At the end of his turn, he got a con save each time. If he saved 3 times, the spell
that's
ends.
right. He went right after you. Never mind.
Yep.
So that's gonna
Damn.
bring us to Kodlak. Kodlak's gonna stand up and like take a chip of the tooth that was left, take it and goes, "This one's not big enough." And he's gonna make 2 more attacks straight at this guy's face to try to knock loose a fang.
Nice.
So that's gonna be, well, but he is raging, so fuck it. Okay, 26. We'll call it a reckless attack. So 26 will hit, and then 29 will definitely hit. So 9 plus 19, 28 points of damage.
Oof.
Nice.
So Kalek's gonna just stand up, take this little tooth shard out, and he says, "Oh, a bigger one." And he's gonna do an uppercut with his axe, and it's gonna cleave kind of right through the jaw a little bit. You can see it kind of split some of the scales a little bit, and it's still kind of together, but his jaw's almost cleaved in 2, hanging. And while it's up, he's gonna bring it around and doing a cross hatch, and it hits it right in the side of the jaw like this. So he kind of split a huge gash down the center and a huge gash here. So his mouth is like starting to like hang and droop in quadrants, and he does knock loose one of the little fangs, and Cotton like looks at it. He tries to grab it. He tries to grab it. 15 dex. Trying to grab a tooth. He's raging. I won't give it to him. So it clatters to the ground behind him. And that's going to end Kodlak's turn. And with that, now that Homeboy can see, he's going to use a legendary action to do the wing attack again. He's going to beat his wings. Oh, that's small again. Well, regular size. He's going to beat his wings real freaking hard. Oh, does that mean he doesn't have the wisdom thing either anymore?
Yeah, he's back to regular checks.
Okay, so currently he's just Hunter's Mark at the moment, but he's going to beat his wings vigorously. And everyone within 10 feet of him, so Pet, Vicog, and Kodlak need to make a dex saving throw. Which Kodlak rolled a... Wow, okay. He failed.
19 for Pep.
Alright, he needed to beat a 22.
Crap.
Yeah, no.
So Everyone's only going to take 15 points of bludgeoning, reduced to 7 for Kodlak. And you guys are knocked prone. In addition, he can move up to half of his flying speed, which half of his flying speed is that. So he is going to fly. He's going to fly 10 feet in the air, which, if you want, Pep and Kodlak can use the reaction to make attacks of opportunity.
Yes, please.
At disadvantage, because you're prone and you're making a melee attack.
Oh, were we not prone from the wing thingy?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, cool.
So bludgeoning damage as well as knocked prone. So Kodlak will make his attack.
I copied him.
That's an 8, I miss.
And Kodlak missed as well.
You guys,
So
not the
you guys
thing.
whiff as he takes off, and he's going to fly in this direction here. And he's hovering about 10 feet in the air. And that is going to be his legendary action, which is going to bring us to Nimnam and Theo. You guys turn.
Okay, I'm working it out.
Break it out.
And you can see, as with each beat of the wing, like bits of blood are flung off of his leathery skin on the wings and sizzle as they hit the ground. He's very damaged.
Nah, let's be.
We need the heart, right?
Yes.
Uh,
Well,
I don't remember.
Zephyrus is supposed to come in and do a thing.
Oh yeah, he's supposed to swoop in and do his thing.
Yeah.
oh shit.
Would he have done that already?
No, I was saying oh shit to something else. I was just trying to think about, because technically before Nimnam and Theo, a lair action would happen.
Okay.
And since you guys didn't make any actions yet, and now that he can see, he is going to, because lair actions happen on initiative count 20. Kodlak's 22. And immediately after Kodlak's turn, he would have used the wing buffet, and then before you guys, it would have been lair action turn. So he's gonna do, well, okay. You guys witness.
Witness me.
Witness! No, he's not part of the blood god.
You say that.
Well, according to the goblins, he was. As far as you know. Let's see. He's just trying to get as many people as he can here. Spewing out from cracks in the ground is this volcanic gas, this kind of sulfuric, sickly yellow gas that seeps in, and within it creates a 20-foot radius. It's even bigger. Two, three, four. Wait, no, I had it right. It seeps in, and Wait, where the fuck? Hold on.
That's tiny.
What?
That's like a 15 or 10.
Yeah, hold on, I'm doing something. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? Okay. 5 foot radius, right? Yeah. Oh, that would be.
There's 20-foot radius, Tom.
Okay.
Do you see mine?
I do see it. I'm trying to. Oh my god, please forgive me.
Oh my.
Well, whatever. I measured it before. It covers Nimnam, Theo, and Kodlak. So I know approximately.
Not.
And Vikog.
Vikog.
It'd be. I know it covers these guys roughly.
Yeah, it's all okay.
But it's this sulfuric gas that seeps all around you. It doesn't do anything currently, but it does lightly obscure the area, which doesn't affect anything at the moment. But it is kind of consuming around you. With that, it is Nimnam and Theo's turn, and because you're starting in it, you guys need to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Constitution.
That's a 14.
Also 14.
Okay, 14 succeeds. So as the smell and this sulfur is really bad, it stings your eyes a little bit, but you suffer no other ill effects. And it is your turns.
Alright, I am going to step out. And as we want the heart, I'm not going to disintegrate it, but I'm going to cast Cone of Cold and just hit it.
Okay.
And alright, make a Constitution saving throw.
On save, 23.
23. Alright, so you take half damage.
Alright.
Alright, now we're gonna add D8. That's 8. Okay. Fuck you, dice.
There. Good evening.
That is 24 reduced by half, so 12.
Okay. So, as you blast your cold forth, it clings to. You see these little icicles begin to form and bits of frost and ice crystals. And immediately you can see all the wounds that it has begin to turn that white ice red and sizzle as its blood is warm, kind of melts through it, but it took the damage from the attack.
Alright. Step out as well.
Do you want to go this way or that one?
That way. I don't want to skip through. Okay, and I'm gonna take my 2 shots.
All right.
I'm gonna try to do the lightning one with the last charge I have.
All right. So as you draw back the arrow, the bracers sparkle and crackle, and the arrow itself is swirling with this electric energy.
Yeah, it's gonna hit because that's a 19 plus 14. So
That'll hit.
Holy shit!
Nice.
That's a big hit. That's a big hit.
what I do. Okay, so that. Oh, and I have Hunter's Mark, and I have my D10. You, not you. You. D10 and the regular.
Yep.
All the dice.
Everybody in the club getting tipsy.
Wow, that's not help me on that one.
That's 12.
Really?
Yeah.
That's disappointing as hell. That's 12.
Well,
That's three on the lightning die, on the lightning
So-
damage one specifically, if that matters.
Hard hit, but not a deep hit.
Accurate, but not deep. All right, 12
Yeah.
points as it finds its mark, and it crackles into bits of ice that are already forming. And as the electricity from the lightning arrow kind of crackles around it, it conducts on the ice that was already left by Nimnam, and then goes up to the points of the very crystals where they're left, and then shatters them, and the ice kind of like arcs out in all directions as it shatters the ice from the arrow. Cool 1-2 punch. You still got another shot.
Gonna take it. Let's see. 22.
So we'll hit.
Okay, so that's 15 plus 8 is
16 infantry.
no 15.
23.
23. 23 points of damage.
All right, 23 points.
That's more like it.
Yeah.
That's more like it. I'm kind of disappointed the lightning arrow did not get that much damage.
This entire session has been our dice going, you thought.
Like,
Oh.
Actually, no.
Actually.
But I do have my bonus action to reactivate the grasping vine for a second time on the dragon. So
You could attempt to pull it back to where the grasping vine was, which was right here,
yeah, I'm gonna
if you
do
wanted
that.
to. All right, so it needs to make a dex save, which is 11.
All right, fails.
So he snaps back as the vines reach out and pull him back. And as they pull him back, he actually gets knocked prone just due to the amount of damage he's taken. You can see that he's taking a beating, and he is very slow to get back up. He's dripping blood everywhere. There are scales peeling off. His jaw is near hanging. And Spaz, it is your turn.
I swear to God, if I
Spaz,
don't get a
come on,
single
Spaz.
hit in on this effing dragon, I'm going to cry. Do I have disadvantage now because he's recovered from stuff?
You
Yeah.
still technically have disadvantage because you're scared, you know.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
Although, make just for the rule of cool,
Okay.
the mist that is around, it is technically lightly obscuring.
Ah!
Now,
Hey.
lightly obscuring does not hide anything from view. However, it might obscure the dragon's shape enough to where you, maybe not being the brightest tool in the shed,
Rude.
you can maybe convince yourself that that's just a blob behind this thing. So go ahead and roll a charisma check. Just a random charisma check. Straight charisma.
Oh.
To try to convince yourself that this is not a dragon, this is just a shadow. I can just shoot it.
I'm not gonna use my dice. I'm gonna use this dice. 13.
It's improving.
Hey, out of curiosity, are we still using the inspiration dice that we never fucking use? And can
If
that
you're-
be used there?
If you've ever, if you have one and you have it recorded, I'll let you use it. Yeah.
Okay.
I have no idea.
No, okay, so this was a while back where... Never mind. We'll come back to that another time.
I was gonna say, I have some inspiration dice.
I mean, I know I don't usually pass it out because I do these sort of things where it's like
Yeah,
in the
nah, you're
moment
good.
stuff.
That's why I was
Also, I don't want to play
curious, but you're
favorites of stuff like that. But I
You're
mean,
fine.
if you've had one from the past, you can use it whenever.
fine. I sincerely don't think I do, but I was just double checking in case he did.
I have no idea.
That's
If
alright.
I did, I'd put it down.
We tried. You're good. You can do it, buddy!
Yeah, I don't know about a 13. So
Me neither.
Go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll
Yeah, that's-
with disadvantage because you're scared.
That's gonna be a whopping 14 to hit. Oh my god.
14 does not hit.
Yeah, you don't say.
However,
Can I move closer?
no. But
Ah. Ah.
Oh, it's happening. Man, right before my fucking turn. God damn. Okay. Cythrus's fucking spooky music is back.
as you loose the arrow, you're still trembling. And it flies through the air. And it gets intercepted by a ball of frost. Whipping winds like a blizzard, forming this tight sphere and whipping around. It dispels the noxious fumes and it clatters your arrow, shattering it in midair. Inside this whirling ice snow sphere, you can see a shape. A humanoid shape. And as the snow snaps away, it puts out all of the lingering flames and magma in the room. All of the glow from the pyroclast and the dripping magma gets snuffed out. And the room is black. And then you see two glowing eyes. Flaming with white and blue and black flame as Zephyrus appears before you.
Oh shit.
He's facing the dragon, and the dragon is heaving, dripping blood, its jaw slacked loose. And without addressing any of you, points his sword at the dragon. And he speaks in his dad voice. Your kind once ruled this world. Perhaps it can again. Join me in life.
What?
Or serve in undeath.
What?
The dragon heaves. You can see it. The damage it's taking, heaving, contemplating its thoughts, steam bellowing out of its nose. It looks around. Tyrannox is no slave! And it uses the last of its strength to burn forth, muster all of the flame left in its body, and hurl it in the direction of Zephyrus.
Oh god, duck.
Is right here. So some of you may be caught in it.
Oh no, duck. Bad duck.
And you'll have to take my word for it that that's where he appeared. So Vycog, Spaz, and Justin are all going to get caught into the crossfire of this flame attack, and I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Come on. Ooh, 18.
21.
21 is exactly what you needed.
Fuck.
So, Vycog's and Vycog's included in that.
That was a saving throw, right?
Correct, dex save. So you and Vycog are both within range for this.
Spaz, I'm gonna give a +5 to the roll.
Hey!
Oh!
Alright, so in that case, you only take 25 points of fire damage.
Nice,
Great,
dude.
we love to see it.
The Steel Defender fails.
The Steel Defender is engulfed in flame, and you can see its metal bits begin to melt and heat up,
Wild.
and it kind of not necessarily is in a slag pile, but it is structurally compromised, and it kind of slacks and slumps into a currently inoperable form. As you cower from this fire, you all can see Zephyrus unwavering with his sword pointed at the dragon. More frost bellows out from his center of mass, and specifically the sword. As the flames meet this remorseless winter, it cuts through the dragon's fire attack. And as he stands there, the flames whip around him. He stands unmoving. As the flames die down, so does the whipping winds and the blizzard snow. And you can see one little scorch mark on Zephyrus' armor, but he is unflinching in the direct path of this dragon's fire. And he speaks again. And Purinax is taken aback. He even takes one step back and slightly stumbles at what he's seeing. And Zephyrus says, "You are a greeting, lizard.
Dang.
And you will be made to serve." His eyes flare up, the runes on his sword lighting up and billowing. Wisps of the Aurora Borealis energy, this soulstone energy that you're so used to seeing, begin tendriling out from the sword and latching onto Purinax. You can see Purinax's form begin to wither and turn gaunt as these tendrils are sucking the life essence out of Purinax while he still fights it. You can see its skin and its scales grow dim and dull, the luster and fiery red turning to a sickly gray. You can see the flesh beginning to slough off of parts of Purinax, its scales peeling and cracking and falling off. Its eyes that were once black as night with a burning flame in the center begin to fade into a gray-white. Simultaneously, it looks like Purinax is aging before you, succumbing to decay and withering. At the same time, its skin is being peeled and flenched off of its bones. It has its ribcage now exposed. It's very similar to what happens in Skyrim when you suck a dragon soul. And what's left before you is this half-decayed skin and flesh and scales hanging off of a skeletal frame of Purinax, like a tattered cloak being draped over it. There's holes and patches in its leathery wings. And its head rises now. Its eyes, nothing but sockets. The tendrils wisping back into Zephyrus' sword, and he cocks it. And with that, Purinax's eyes flare into that same Aurora Borealis flame with white outlines. And that is the only thing lighting this room. As the sap, all the warmth, all the sweat that was on your body beating up instantly turns to frost, and you are instantly chilled. And Purinax gets on its four knees and bows its head, and Zephyrus standing statuesque. And that is where we will end tonight's session.
Fuck!
Holy fucking shit!
We didn't die.
We didn't die!
Oh my God!
Spaz helped!
I
really,
ran through so much health. Holy fucking hell, man.
Yeah, you did. You died so many times.
God, am
Yeah,
I
I mean-
glad that I have so many fucking beast forms at this point.
Yes.
Oh.
I usually don't like fights turning into slog matches, but just based off of the fact that you busted in on him more or less, and then blinded him and just started wailing on him, like at that point, other dragons might have, reacted differently. But a red dragon in his lair is just going to be a caged animal trying to
Oh, yeah, no
defend
way.
not only himself but his horde. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
they're not the most exciting fights, but the fact that he was blinded limited him so much. There's so much more that he was like he could have done, because he's like, dragons are not dumb, but being blinded, like, there's nothing much a whole lot that he would have done. And
Yeah, there's
being in
nothing
the
you
air,
can do about that.
yeah, so his at that point, like, he was really just trying to bust away, and once he could see, he was like, oh, okay, now I have an opportunity to try to lay some shit out here. But until then, he was just, you guys, he's a cornered animal. And yeah, so man,
God.
you guys
Damn,
tanked it. You guys
No.
tanked.
I'm fucking glad that thing came with blinded, because those lair actions would have been a bitch, and I completely
Yeah.
forgot they existed.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would not
Ugh.
have done well.
No, God,
Yeah,
no,
the
man.
lair actions, if they were around every round, they would have definitely threw a wrench into things. The only one that he could do without seeing stuff is just making people get knocked prone, which is kind of whatever. But yeah, I mean, like, if he could have seen, he could have picked targets better, because he's smart enough to pick out targets. He's not just some beast going after whatever, but you
Yeah.
made him that way. And there's definitely an advantage to fighting something that loses its cool. So
True facts.
Mhm.
you might not have gotten Sickened chicken off, but you
Hey, man.
definitely gave yourself some own advantage. And Nate, I'm sorry, I know how bad it feels to cast spells and have them not work. I know how bad it feels.
Twice.
Dude,
So
I know.
close.
point
I
is,
tried
both
my-
times they would have made it if it wasn't for the fucking resistances.
I know. I mean,
Which
he's,
again,
It
forgot.
worked at all.
I
like,
mean, yeah, he's got
The
him, and
fucking
like,
bet.
a
Beautiful.
more evil dude would have just been like, yeah, I'm not doing that. But like, I was trying to give you the benefit of the doubt, being like, but I know how bad that feels. But it's just, I mean, he's got it and he's gonna use it. I mean, given the situation.
I mean, any
I
of us
am
in that situation would have done the same.
But
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
the thing, though. Like, you gotta like try to like burn through those resistances, because like, well, especially now. Now you guys are aware. Your characters are aware that that might be something going forward. So your
Yeah.
characters can plan accordingly. But and like something like grasping vines, like, given the effect, like, he's not really gonna be too concerned about that. But yeah, and then yeah, so man, I really wanted Spaz to get that last kill, man.
I am so. All my dice are going in timeout. All
You
of
know
them.
what? It honestly could have just been, because I've had this issue before. Sometimes the dice gods are just not on your fucking side for that action, and nothing you do is going to make it better. So I've had rolls just go absolute shit for an entire night one time, and I was like, you know what? You're right. I did the wrong thing.
It's
You know what?
because
Universe, you're right. I chose the wrong action.
It's because Spaz has been doing so well lately. Like, he's gotten the final kill more than once in the past few sessions. So,
Gotta knock
like,
you down a
they
bit.
were like, you know what? You know what? You've had your time. It's time to relax.
Technically, Zephyrus would have appeared immediately after Theo's turn, but I was like,
Yeah.
let's see if Spaz can get a shot in there.
The stupid, yeah, being frightened really fucked me over too. So
Yeah, and his DC. But
Otherwise-
you guys, I'm actually really impressed though. You guys tanked his damage really well and avoided all of his AoEs, which could have been another game
I
changer.
was gonna say,
Mm.
that fight, like, Spaz and I did nothing.
Hey, no.
Yeah.
You
You
burn
cheated him a couple
through.
of times.
Yeah, you burn through his resistances, which is a lot. May not feel like a lot, but it is a lot.
But it is.
Because the
It's
point is, you
basically
still
like,
got him.
yeah, like legendary resistances is effectively like a big chunk of health, technically. Like if you could think about it that way, because like you're burning through those to make him vulnerable for spells later down the line.
And he's only got 3.
Yeah, and there's only so much we can do on the whole frightened thing, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but him
Otherwise,
being,
I would have just run up and started wailing on him, but
Oh, I
that
know.
wasn't in the cards for today.
But I mean,
Yeah, and
dude,
him-
like, if I could have gotten that last turn, it was literally one of those, like, I literally cannot get anything, like, any closer to this fucker, so I was going to have to cast spells, and I didn't have a lot that wasn't, hey, I need to touch this fucker, or hey, it's not gonna do any damage. So it's just like,
Yeah.
son of a bitch.
and,
Yeah, you were
and
kind of rocking a hard place there.
the thing is too, like I used his fire breath in the beginning, so he technically didn't have it during the beginning of the fight, and it recharged. He
Right.
has a chance to recharge it every turn, and when he did get it, was right after he was blinded. So like, and even still, he might have like lashed out at whoever beat him up the most recent, and fire breath one person, but he's smart enough to know that I'm getting ganked by a bunch of people, and he knows that like he's smart enough to know to try to maximize his damage here, especially given being like walloped like this.
Makes
At first,
sense.
he's like, "Oh, who's this little goblin? Ha ha! Oh shit!"
Not a goblin! Not a goblin!
And then all of
Well-
a sudden, 6 more people come running out.
If Spaz hadn't been so scared of him, he definitely would have picked up on the fact that he was like, "You're not a goblin. Why are there no goblins here?"
Oh my god, I know,
Grab
right?
like a goblin corpse and like use that as just like a thing to just draw the attention away. Be like, oh, there is a goblin. Huh?
The
whatever."
existential dread that would have happened
yeah,
for Spaz.
I could have just, illusion spelled and made him look Pat
But-
look like a goblin.
That's true.
Yeah.
I will say though, did you get, so are you guys able to piece together how this dragon, like, have you gotten enough clues to think of like what the through line is between this dragon and the Gabo King and Zithris for that matter? Because there's a whole story that went on that I wasn't told. I'm curious if you guys picked up on any of it.
So, I kind of
making
figured
me think.
when the goblins were like, hey, go get the... I don't remember what they called it. They were talking about the dragon. Initially, Pep thought it was Zithris, and they might have been working together, but that would have been way fucking worse.
Yeah, because they were talking about the avatar, the Red Moon.
That one.
and
that
one.
it was him.
The Avatar of Morg.
Or,
That would
yeah.
have been terrifying. Which also, if this guy was actually working for Morg, given what I've picked up on, oh no. I'm glad he's dead. I'm glad he's dead. Put it that way.
So that was my follow up. Do you guys think that that's actually what was going on, or do you think something else was
Well,
happening?
there's always
or-
something else going on, right? Like nothing's ever that clean cut. Not in your world.
No,
No, it's not. Do you guys want to know?
No, not yet.
I will stick around late. Yes, I want to know.
Okay.
I
What
wanna
about?
feel-
Okay, so did you guys pick up on the fact that there was a recently crowned Gabo King?
Yeah.
Vaguely.
Do you think anything of that?
Yeah, no,
Vaguely.
the heads of the other goblin leaders.
No, that's right.
So the Gabo King's crown is just every other Gabo King's head on a spike,
Yeah.
and it just gets taller and taller and taller. And one of them was very recently
Yep.
removed. Who do you think did that?
Your mom. Hello.
Either the dragon or Zithris did it. I feel like
I don't think
Zithris
it
would have
would've been
just
the
made
dragon.
all of them undead. So,
But does the dragon have the finesse to not eat a head?
Well, the dragon probably was like, I'm not satisfied with you, and just killed him.
Yeah, but wouldn't it eat
Okay,
him?
we need a new one.
Or the Goblin King that was the current one, or
I-
Was
or
the sacrifice.
took over for the other one.
The Gabo
Yeah.
King is the sacrifice.
Basically, the
Yeah.
same rule is if you can kill him, then you take his spot. So
That's what I'm more leaning towards. Is like fuck you, you're not doing good enough, my turn kind of thing.
Yeah, or I want the perks of being the king.
I still think the king is the sacrifice because you give them limited power knowing that they're gonna die.
Yeah, that's fair.
True.
Okay, okay.
Hmm.
Us going, we don't want to know, and then
Instantly going into conversation to figure it out, yep.
yes, and then Thomas giving us the eyebrows as he walks past in the background. Bastard. Son of a bitch.
Do you guys want to know? Whoever wants to know can stick around, but
Alright, well, I'll talk to you guys later then.
Bye. Have a good night.
Love you guys. Bye.
You gotta stick around.
Oh, I'm sticking around.
We're at. We gotta get dinner. So.
oh, okay.
Alright.
Night.
Bye.
Bye.
Just me then.
All right.
Yep.
So, this is the story that you guys slowly unfold. It's a small thing. It's not like really any big major impacts. But
What are you doing?
me being me, of course, I figured it out, right?
Right.
So, the Goblin King is the Goblin King. He runs a band of goblins, and they raid and pillage and whatever. And they just so happen to serve the Blood Moon. The Blood Moon being
Alright, we talked about that, the Warhammer Corrin, essentially.
pretty much.
If you're saying something, I can't hear you.
No, I wasn't saying anything. I was
Okay.
trying to. Don't know if. Is it? No, it's just Ilsa gets. I have Ilsa by the way. But I was trying to see if we got her meds from that. But
No, take your time, man. You're good.
I also don't think. You know, it's not. But yeah, so they serve the blood. Dragons being dragons, they want to hoard stuff. Pyrenex just so happens to go, huh, these guys serve the Blood Moon, and they go out and raid, and they get gold. Me being a dragon, I just want to sit around and lay in my gold pile. And I love minion. What if I tell these idiots that I'm their god, or some manifestation of their god? Maybe give them a little bit of imbued power. That's why the Gobbo had a blood flame sword.
Yeah.
It was partially due to his devotion to the Blood Moon. I was attributing it to like orc technology. Like if they believe it hard enough, it's a thing.
It'll happen. Yeah, I dig it.
So it's a combination between that and them. So they're worshiping the dragon as an avatar of Morg. But what's really happening is the dragon was just like lying to them the whole time, and they occasionally will just send a Gobbo loaded up with gold to walk into the lair, snack gold, good shit. And he's like, this is the life. I don't have to go get my own gold or anything like that. I can just rest on my laurels.
Right? What fucking dragon wouldn't love that?
So I was hoping that was that's what was meant. And then guess who killed the latest guy?
I'm gonna guess it was the dragon because the goblins started to figure him out.
Nope, it was Zephyrus.
Oh shit, so I was right the first time. Fuck!
So what happened was Zephyrus was on his way to find the Shadow Forge to do his old thing.
Mm-hmm.
And he basically followed the same, or well, you followed his path essentially. So he strolled up to the Gobbo thing, and they're like, "Oh, I'm going to go!" And like, sure, Zephyrus could blast them all into oblivion, but why would you if you walk across, if you walk into, if you're trying to go into a place and a bunch of cockroaches are blocking your door, why would you bother, right? So what he just does, one swift beheading of the Gobbo King's like, "Oh, it's me!" Blah, blah, blah. One swift beheading. Done deal. He walks right past. He's like, some other Gobbo picks up the crown. I'm the Gobbo King now.
Wow, that makes a ton of sense. Also, fucking hilarious, bud.
Right?
Good pick.
Isn't it funny how there's all this lore that's just like nothing's ever as it seems?
Hey man, that's what happens to it sometimes, though. You know the story that you're trying to tell, and sometimes we don't get all of the pieces of information, put it all together, but, like, it's there, which is cool, because it makes everything feel, I guess, more real, is the better way to put it.
That's nice. You're trying to make it.
No, it works, dude. I appreciate it. And I appreciate you telling me.
I mean, it's fun. Like, these sort of things where it's like, you know, the story, the untold story, it's like, doesn't mean it's already over, right? So it's like, it's not going to create any new plot points, but it's just fun to, like, see if you guys figure it out or not.
Mm-hmm.
Just like with the little scenes in the Dead City, you guys were walking past.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know if I think I told you the full story.
Yes, actually you did. Well, hold on.
I think I gave you the breakdowns of the scenes and like exactly what happened at those individual events. But I'm glad I told you.
Yeah, I don't know the full of it. I just know their small storylines, and that whatever had happened had essentially eaten them from the inside, so to speak. And some people took themselves out, some people waited for death, and others beat each other to death. So
yeah, and that's exactly what I want, because it might be plot relevant later what exactly happened.
Oh yeah, no, I'll wait to look around again.
So
Looking forward to it.
Yeah. So yeah, man, I had so much in mind with the dragon. With this platform here, with this tunnel here, I envisioned, like, I had this vision of Theo being on the platform of the dragon, flying over, and, like, halfway on the platform, tapping her, and flying over to his next. Like, the fact that you were able to fly it, and then just, like, basically turn it into, like, you just fighting a bear or something like that, like, gave you guys such an advantage, because the main layer actions it wasn't able to do. It didn't feel comfortable using his breath weapon when it had it on just like one person. And also, you guys were doing so much chemistry anyway, it was just flashing out.
Right.
Because that dragon had an intelligence of 16, but so it's not like it's dumb by any.
Right.
It would have been smart enough to be like, oh, this is a caster, like, try to. It would have been able to do that, but you guys turned it on its head.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, not that I need to tell my DM this, but I now recognize how little I have as my character in, like, ranged attacks. If I'm not in a beast form where I can, like, swing a bitch, or, like, actually able to keep spells going, like, my character is lacking. Which is unusual for me. Usually I'm like, cover all bases. Yeah. Now anyway, like, when I created Pep, I was not as, like, make sure you have everything for any situation. Because it was just like, I don't need that. And it's kind of metagamey. I try not to min-max, but sometimes it's just like, your character over time and experience would probably be like, yeah, I should probably have a ranged and a melee attack.
Oh yeah, the good thing about True is that in spells that
Damn.
Right.
like if you want to.
What was that?
I said you can kind of adjust to the task at hand if you like.
Oh yeah, no. If I get
to know about it.
Yeah, the spells. If I do my spells right, yes. Which, complete and total honesty, still not the best at, but I'm trying.
No,
it works out sometimes.
I am too. Like, I'm playing another third meta game, which can do the exact same thing. And like, honestly, I just like I pick the ones that I want, and I just gotta keep them. Like, it's too much. Like,
oh no, dude. I have a list of I will always have these spells because of everything I've gone through, like healing spells. For sure, she's keeping all of those. But the nice part is I have such a large list, and like I'm allowed to carry so many spells now that like I know what cantrips I tend to keep around. I know what utility spells I tend to keep around. But like past that, I'll change it depending on where or what we're going into. If I can like get a kinda a handle on it. So like if I had gotten off one more attack, I was gonna use what the fuck is that spell? Ice Storm, because I happen to have it, and that was one of the spells that I kept on me, and I was like, God, thank fuck for that, because my only other option was Erupting Earth, and I don't think it would have hit. So it's just like, apparently I need to remember that, yes, large spaces, sometimes it's a good idea to just, you know,
Oh, Jesus.
keep a longer range attack on me. But
But
like,
yeah, no, I mean, hopefully
it's-
that was an enjoyable fight. I
dude,
think.
no, that was fucking boss. I kind of want to go back through the recording and see how much fucking health I blew through during that fight.
It was so much. It attacked you so much.
Oh my god, dude. And then you have the couple of times that I healed myself. So it was the boar damage on top of the earth elemental damage, on top of the health that I tried to give myself off of that, and the 2 times that I dropped to Pep, and all the damage from that. It's just like, I know I hit most likely either close to or above 200 health points blown through just on me.
But like, I'm impressed. Like, you guys, that was a straight up dope red dragon. Oh yeah, that was the other thing. Like, it being a red dragon it's like, at least in my headcanon, like it's going to be more prone to losing its cool and just lashing out like a beast and not being like, if the circumstances present itself, like it's not going to be the most cool headed. We're like something like a black dragon is going to be way more like cunning and possibly even in a spellcaster in addition to just being a dragon. Like a green dragon might be like, you know, a little bit more ambushy, whereas like a red dragon is just like straight up just beast.
He's gonna be the barbarian rage version of a dragon, essentially. Which makes sense, because you give them those humanizing... Because they have the intelligence at that point to have their own personalities and reactions
100%.
to things. And I mean, you see animals with, you know, your average intelligence or higher that do have those capabilities, and like you can see them get angry, you can see them get afraid, you can see them lash out when they're cornered. Like, all of that stuff makes perfect sense. So a dragon that has more intelligence, close to if not better than a humanoid, having all of those and having that personality trait makes perfect sense, dude. And it makes the monster feel more real too, which I feel like some people kind of, they don't do that enough.
Yeah, like, and I'm really glad you see it as it's like, I'm not a huge fan of like, it's like, oh, big slugfest, monster big slugfest. Those are fun, but like having more dynamic stuff going on, I think. But it's just like the circumstances just like turned it into something. I'm glad you see it though.
Yeah, dude. No, everything. Yeah. I mean, everything that happened made sense, and then as said, like, there were... It honestly turned out for our better that it turned into a slogfest, because if it hadn't, and he had those their actions and shit, it's just like, we'd have been fucked and we had no idea. Like, it would have been too late by the time we figured it out.
Yeah, like him, like with his full capabilities of lair actions, being able to utilize his breath weapon to high effect, being smart enough to single out, you know, threatening targets. Like, he could have just flown around, like, knocked down Theo, flown around, knocked down Nim Nim. Like, he could have just, like, avoided the melee slog and just, like, go after the squishies.
Right.
Like, he could have been really tactical about it. Yeah, exactly. But since he was blinded, he didn't even really know they were there. Like, he saw them briefly, but... And he, like, to him as well, all he knows is, like, you know, here's, like, a couple arrows coming here. The bell, he doesn't know where that sound's coming from.
Right.
Nim Nim didn't really do anything to give his location away. And then, whereas here's this rock monster and Codlack beating the shit out of it, like, of course he's going to focus on that.
Right, makes more sense, because it's just like, oh, I know these 2 targets are here, and I can hit them. I'm going to beat the shit out of you until I know you're dead.
Yeah, exactly. Like, due to the blindness, that's really what kind of turned him into that, whereas if the blindness hadn't gone there, then it would have been, even if the same scenario, if he wasn't blind, he would have been like, oh, okay, I can see this guy doing stuff. And I mean, like, he's smart enough to know what a wizard is. He's been around for hundreds of years.
Right, an adult red dragon would know the difference there on spellcasters and recognizing, oh, hey, that thing can throw spells at me. I want to take it out fast so it can't fuck me up.
Or even like, oh, I'm getting my asshole beat, like, by these melee dudes. I'm just gonna fly away, and they can't do
why
shit
would I
to
stay
me.
where you can hit me?
And he almost did that, but then again, he would have been flying blind. So at that point, like, okay, like I might be out of danger, but like he's not gonna run away. It's his lair. He's going to die here.
Right.
If it wasn't his lair and he's blinded and he'll probably run away. But he's gonna stand and fight regardless because this is his horde.
Right, which makes sense, because that's his greed. Like, that's his greed show right there, is I don't want to lose this. I've spent so much time getting it.
Yep.
I'm going to kill you so I can keep this.
Exactly. And now it's your guy.
Whee! Which, if I don't see Spaz fucking jump into a pile of gold, I'll be surprised.
Biggest one.
I know, right? Actually big enough for him to swim in and go full fucking, what's that duck's name?
DuckTales.
Yeah, DuckTales, but I can't remember his name. Is it Scrooge McDuck? No.
But anyway, what did you think of Riffred showing up?
Fucking sick fucking moment for one. And then as I was gushing, as soon as the music turned, it was like, oh god, Zephyrus is here. Like, and that, dude, the description that you put for the whole dragon turning undead thing, that was sick. That was fucking sick. I loved it.
And now he has a dragon.
Cause that's not terrifying.
In my head too, I had not contingencies necessarily, but like in my head I'm like, well, if they all die to the dragon, Zephyrus will just gonna raise them back up from the dead and be like, oh well, see, you might have chose to serve in life, but now you're serving in death anyway.
Yeah, I know, right? That would have sucked. But
That would have been
Would've
crazy
worked.
though. Like, imagine if it's a TPK and then Zipper just goes like, "You're not done yet."
if we all come back as undead, that'd be fucked. But also
I did
so
think about
cool.
Now, I did think about that though. But yeah, you guys killed that thing. You guys knocked it out of the park.
I'm fucking surprised for our first attempt. That went much better than I thought it was going to.
Yeah, especially for an adult dragon, it could have been a lot different. But I'd love to chat more, but I do have to zip over to Virginia's house and take care of the doggos. So
Okay.
should have done it a little bit ago. But
Oh, dude, get on out of here. We'll see you later. Good
I
session.
will. Excellent session as well. See you.
See
I
ya.
did fun. Bye bye.
Bye.